Peace unto you. Welcome to our sacred Sunday service, the Mastery Course for the Beyond. Every Friday, every Sunday, 8 a.m. Welcome to our sacred Sunday service. I'm going to allow a few more people to climb on in, rise on in, and we'll get right to it. As you see, today's theme, religion or spirituality. What's the difference between religion and spirituality? Is one better? Is one worse? What is the energy that will guide you to understanding who you are, why you are, and what pathways you may exist in that will be of a benefit and great use for all peoples? Welcome to our sacred Sunday service, everyone. We are so very grateful. I see a few more people climbing on in, rising on in. As you see, this is the Mastery Course for the Beyond, religion or spirituality. Peace unto you all. If you do not know already, my name is Nadiie Black, Nadiie. I am of the native tribes, Siksika. A medicine man, one of the youngest medicine men that were initiated in the astral realms. I'm a part of the spiritual leadership of the Christ Force. And we're here simply to remind everyone of who you are. And when you go into the afterlife, you speak to that which is source, the great source, the great spirit, as we say. Part of our mission is when you go there, you say, you know. I know. I never want anyone to be caught off guard. All of y'all have the ability to go up to God and be like, yes, I knew exactly how my life was going to be structured, for you have that power. We're very grateful. So, as I introduced myself, may we introduce ourselves in unison. Numerology is a very, very powerful tool, for there are many forms of language. One of the forms of language on this plane. Remember, we no longer are in the third dimension. We are in the fourth dimension and higher. A lot of the times, what we will do is fractal off into other dimensions. There's this golden experience that us portal jumpers have. And it's simply when you place something of significance somewhere in your house, like some keys, for example, on the table in a specific room, and you never change the routine. And then one day you go to that location where you usually put your keys at, and it's not there anymore. That's because you shifted and you moved to a different reality. You portal jumped. That fast is how we portal jump. And then in that same breath, you go back and you'll find out that, oh, the keys might not have been towards the edge of the table like you usually do, but for whatever reason, they're on the back of the table. But you looked in the back of the table. We portal jump every single day. See, religion or spirituality, this falls into this in-between. For portal jumping happens regardless of what you subscribe to and the ideologies that you have. All portal jumping is you shifting your frequency. And the dimension itself that you reside in, everything listens to you. The dimension, all of the beings, it all listens to you, for you are the son of source. So, because you are the sonship, the child of source, because of this, you have this commander energy. So if you, for example, choose to resonate with hate, guess what? Your reality will conform around it, because of what's internal and all beings willing to listen to you. That is just a fact. If you experience a life of bliss and you only choose to look at things through happiness and through happy eyes, guess what? Your eyes are happy, your experience is happy, your life is happy. We know this to be true, for when you look at a child, they see not judgments, they see not hates. The only hates, judgments, and discernment a child has is that which you give. So when you look at a child, they only are happy. Why? Because they only prioritized happiness. They prioritize what feels good, therefore their experience feels good. we must bring our lives back to simplification. Be as a child. Now, the reasoning we brought forth numerology is for language purposes. Understanding that when you consciously chose to come on this earth from the language of numbers, is very, very significant. As I introduce myself, my name is Nadiie of Siksika, a medicine man. Okisanatapia nuksasukoi nisokwa, for you are my friend. Everyone, type your birthdays in the chat. Let me see them birthdays in the chat. My birthday is 010101. That should let you know who I am. My birthday is 010101. That should let you know who I am. Let me hear your birthdays. Type your birthdays in the chat. There we go. Uplift 32587. That's a God's child right there. We have Cray 011575. That's God's child. Listen, Killer 052682. That's God's child. Type your birthdays in the chat. For what we shall do moving forward is this introduction. Welcome to our sacred Sunday service. Far different, far beyond than the services of any particular religious or spiritual structure for that matter. What we do is prioritize that which is the light, that which is the beyond, integrating your full expression. Type them birthdays in the chat. Let me see what we got going on. We have Black Chris 62894, God's child. We have Jay 1001, God's child, or 1001. Either way, God's child. Lynn 010864. That's a God's child. One Love Killer, yeah. XX2472, God's child. Introduce yourselves. For language is language. Numerology is a form of language. The ones that see through just the physical means, that understand that there's far more to this physical existence than what we experience right now, we understand the power of when we transitioned into this life or incarnated into this life. Type your birthdays. Mine is 010101. My name is Nadiie Black of Siksika. And then furthermore, my name is Nadiie Black of God, of the source. For I am the Son, as are you. For we are one. We have bitten. 043078, God's child. Yes. We have 9 Ether. We love you. Love to see you, man. 123186, God's child. For all the people that are like, oh, where's the second coming? The second coming is all of us in unison. The realization of who we are, why we're here, and what benefit we can be for each other. Y'all just joining on the live. Y'all just sharing the live. Y'all expressing and collaborating with the light. That is Christ, or what we call God's will. See, look, you see religion? Watch what I do. That is Christ, or that is God's will. Either way, it's the same frequency. So let's not get caught up in certain verbiages. See, if you get caught up with particular verbiages and you make verbiage power, then you lose the master way. For the master way is bridging. If I speak as Nadiie, one who says source in his daily conversation, with another who is of Islam and says Allah, it shall not be so for me to only impose my will upon that person. If I understand, it'll bridge. If I just say Allah, then say Allah. Bridge with people. Meet them where they are. For every single person on this world, they have the ability to distribute some level of information or wisdom that can serve for our lives. Look, we have J Sky 231001. We have Pro Boater 021602. I will be the one to lead all of life into the platinum era of existence. We love that. Haitian Goddess 52983. We love it. See, we're all the children of the light. All right, we are all the children of Source. All right. Furthermore, we are actually the child. First, we say children for bridging, remember? And then now we tell you what the truth is. We are all one. We're the child of Source. Religion or spirituality. Understand that before we move into this, there's going to be a lot of collaboration. There's going to be a lot of balance and understanding, religion or spirituality. What we need everyone as a foundation to do is set aside your pains and your hurts. Be the bridge, religion or spirituality. Be as Jesus or Yeshua or Ishua or Wanikia, all the same person. Many cultures, many languages. See not through the eyes of judgment, for Jesus himself would not bash another for what they believe in or subscribe in. All he would do is say, if your text says do this and you're doing that, we don't agree with this. Jesus never brought forth problems with anybody's religious structures. He just didn't like hypocrisy. So if you and your religion says you're of peace, don't hate and bring judgments for another. If you of your religion says you're of peace, then why are you bringing forth the pains of the world? And then on the flip side, see, look what I do. Jesus, Yeshua. Watch what I do. Jesus, Christ. Either way, when you align yourself with the truth of your own existence, then you're not a hypocrite. Therefore, you're one who transcends both religion and spirituality. Before we get in, everybody on the count of three is going to take a deep breath, for we must center ourselves. Why is this important? Breath is life, for without breath there is no life. As one who sees through the eyes of symbolism, we understand the sacredness beyond all things. We know that source is all. Therefore, all is source. Therefore, all is sacred. On the count of three, everyone take a very deep breath and we will get to your questions. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. As far as you can go and hold your breath at the top. Blow out your mouth as hard as you can. Allow all that does not serve to exit your body. Allow all that does not serve to exit your body. For all the ones of religion that say, what is your source? We say, source is my source, and source is the resource. If y'all are ready to dive deep into this theme, type 33s in the chat. If you are ready to dive deep into this theme, type 33s in the chat. Understand towards the finalizations of today's sacred service. We will bring up one at a time all of yous, and we will have a panel-like discussion. Type 33s in the chat if you are ready for this theme. 33s. It is a mudra we created. It means Hania, spirit warrior. 33 is a spirit warrior. 33 is this is Christ. This is oneness. This is for eternity. Alrighty. Type them 33s if y'all ready to experience this. Type them 33s. Let me see some collaboration. How serious are you about the light? I move as our Father Mother moves. If y'all say, yes, we're ready, we roll right into it. See, the beyond needs direction, initiative from you. Do not just act like you can just send a prayer and all of your problems are solved. That's not how it works. You must have what we call divinely guided action coupled with your prayers. If you missed any of our lives, any of our teachings, click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance. You can go watch all of them for free. One of our very, very powerful master courses, the Eclipse, the 7-day Eclipse master course, 16 hours worth of very powerful teachings. Miracles were performed on camera. People in the comments saying it's working. People was DMing me even to this day saying we're so very grateful for that 7-day mastery course for the Eclipse. 16 hours worth of free content. 16 hours of actually guiding you how to be miracle workers. That's very powerful. Remember, as you are here and experiencing this teaching, we also teach through music, because music transcends for all people. So make sure you also click the link in my bio and type Nadiie Black's music page. You can click that and it will bring you straight to our latest song, Puppets. It literally is ending the holy war, for we are tired of war. We're tired of pains. We need love. We are love. Click my link in the bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance to go watch all of the teachings. We have hundreds and hundreds of teachings there for you for free. And then click the link in the bio, click Nadiie Black's music page to listen to our very, very powerful music for and of the light. If you want to donate for any particular cause, click the link in the bio and you'll see the donation links there. We're very, very grateful. If you do choose to donate, be as generous as possible. Now, religion or spirituality. Let's start off with religion. What's the difference between religion and spirituality? Being of religion is being of a structure. Being spiritual is not having any form of limitation. Being of religion is being of a structure, and being of what is spiritual is not having any limitation. What does this mean? If you build a house on a foundation and you build the house around that foundation, what is in that house is always going to be in that house unless you take it out of the house. Religion is the house. Spirituality is outside of the house. Does that make sense? There's a structure to religion. This is religion. Nothing can come in and nothing can come out, for the house itself is religion. Outside of the house is spirituality. No structure, but everything coexists with one another. No one way or another. No right way or a wrong way. Yet everything assists and benefits one another. Yes, the wolf may kill the duck, but in the ecosystem of all things, it still supports one another. Yes, the birds support the trees, and the trees support us, and we support the leaves, and the cow manure supports this, and this supports that, and that supports this, and this supports that, and that supports this. Do you see a theme here? Spirituality is outside. Supportive energy. Religion is inside. Discipline, religion. Discipline, energy. There is nothing wrong with either one. You see, when we preference it in this way, okay, he said religion is of one who is disciplined, and spirituality is of one who is free. Both energies and both words are powerful. So there is no right or wrong that you can utilize, but what we will say is if you truly understand that source is within you, if you know that source, God, all that is love is within you, then you understand that that thought, that energy is more spiritual based. We have Trigger Whitemore asking, let me guess, you want people to know they're gods. I said not people are gods, though we are, but that's not what I said. For I said that which is the all is within you. There's a difference between that and what you said, Trigger. For even in religions, Jesus in Luke 17:21 literally says, the kingdom of heaven is within you. So there's no difference between that which I say and that which any master says. For we understand our source is the source and source is the resource. Now, in that same breath, Trigger, because you said what you said, yes, we are gods. What now? For one who says they are in the image of something, they are that. Take a Polaroid picture of yourself and try to convince another that that image is not you. Not possible. One cannot be made in the image of something with not, at least on the very bare minimum, not have its genes. On the bare minimum, not have its characteristics. The bare minimum. You're made in the image of a father, mother. You're made in the image of the Holy Father and the Divine Mother. Therefore, you are the Holy Father and the Divine Mother. Okay, that's too much for me to anchor and understand, Nadiie. That's fine. Let's just say that you have qualities and traits of your Creator. You have qualities and traits of your Creator. Well, if you have qualities and traits of God, guess what, y'all? You have God-like qualities and traits. Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense. Type 33s in the chat if that breakdown makes sense. If you, a being that is of source, has qualities and is made in the image of source, therefore, you have source-like, A.K.A. God-like qualities. That is an actual fact. Trigger. Now one says, you're teaching the doctrine of the serpent. No, we not. No, we not. We're teaching that which is truth. For when one understands that God is within them, like your own master says, or whatever religion you subscribe to. If you're not of the Christian religion, you may not understand what Yeshua said when he said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. For if the kingdom of heaven is within you, if heaven is within you, and God exists in heaven, guess what? God is within you. Oh my gosh, another revelation. Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense, everybody. Type 33s in the chat if that made sense. If God, which y'all call Yeshua, literally says the kingdom of heaven is within you and God exists in heaven, then doesn't it make sense for God to be within you? Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense. See, our job and our duty here is not of bashing any particular religion. It's of bridging. All religions make sense when you look at it through the eyes of source. All of spirituality makes sense when you look at it through the eyes of source. For source cares not of the journey, only the destination. You can be a warlock. You can be a priest. God cares not. Are you making it home at the end of the day? At the end of this life, my child, are you coming home? See, it's only in a religion, it's only in a form of spirituality, it's only in a form of this world, whether you choose this or the other. It's only in this world of judgments, that says, oh, no, no, no. A Detroit Red cannot become a Malcolm X. Oh, no, no, no. Nadiie from the past cannot evolve into Nadiie of today, the son of source. Oh, no, no, no. The one X that was bashing you, that was calling you all types of names, that bashing is the anchoring of earth. Well, every day you evolve, you're not who they once bashed. It's only of this world to bring you down and make you stagnant. Our job is bridging. Judge another, judge yourself. It says it in your own religions, yet you still judge another. Hate another, hate yourself. It says it in your own religions, yet you hate another. This is right, this is wrong, you're dumb, go to hell, go here. Do you think Jesus ever utilized that terminology? Do you think Buddha ever utilized that terminology? Do you think Krishna, Yogananda ever utilizes these types of terminologies? Do you think Nadiie ever utilizes? No. Because our goal is God. I can tell when people love their religions, and I can tell when people love God. People have actually made the religious structure itself God. How do I know? Because if you value God, you would act like God in every possible way. And if you slip, you forgive yourself, for forgiveness is God-like. If you actually appreciate and value God, your whole soul-sent mission on this planet, it's not bashing another. It's asking why. He flipped tables. Flip tables. Uplift, he says. The question is why? Why does he flip tables? Hypocrisy. Now, what you also must understand about that story is Yeshua flipped tables because of the hypocrisy. Only the hypocrisy. Only the hypocrisy. That's it. There shouldn't be no other added text. You know, people would, not you, we're not speaking of you, Uplift, because you just said it's a particular story, but you have some people that will utilize these stories to try to formulate certain doctrines. No. Yeshua flipped tables because he's seen hypocrisy. Yeshua does not like hypocrisy, for he is only of truth. In God, it either is or it isn't. That is a fact. In God, it either is or it isn't. When you doubt, that is not of God. When you forgive yourself and you continue to move on, that is of God. That's it. He was angry because he was human. Yeshua wasn't angry at what they were doing. This is what you must understand about masters. He didn't agree with the hypocrisy. But the anger and the forgiveness came right after, for he's in a physical body. If Yeshua was to be angry at anything, it would be angry at the fact that he would be angry at the fact that he's angry. That's how powerful Yeshua is. I'm angry at the fact that I'm angry, therefore I shall forgive myself to cancel it out. Does that make sense, everybody? I'm angry at the fact that I'm angry, therefore I shall forgive myself to cancel it out. Now, let's focus on you, Pharisees. You're hypocrites. In your religion, you said do this. In your religion, you says do that. But you're not doing any of those things. At least do one. You're just all the way over here. Makes sense. Now, 33s remind me of Nature Boy. Didn't he get life in jail? Trigger Whitemore. 33s is a frequency. And for those that don't understand numerology, 33s is simply a number. If you don't know nothing about spirituality, 33s is just a number. Saying 33s is not anything of any particular person. For trigger, you know the truth. You know I am the way. Yet your ego is in front. Play not the archetype games of the ego and see that which is the son of source, you. For I am your mirror and only showing you where you are. The fact that you chose to come in alive of the Son of God, that means you are to the Son of God. For there is a divine law. What you see is what you are. We bridged with your religion. Now you want to find a reason to hate me. Why? Why is he so nice? Why is he saying love? Why is he saying God is within you? Why does he repeat verses of religions he's not a part of? Because I bridge with people. I care for your soul, not the structures that earth gave you. Don't look for a reason to hate me. Find and remember the reason to love me, as I love you. 33s is simply a frequency. For looking at things through the eyes of symbolism will let you know that Yeshua transcended at the age of 33. So why do you demonize the frequency that your own master, if you so choose to be in a role that sees that being as a master, why do you bash that frequency? Now, exactly. 33s is just a number. If you want to believe that, that's fine. Our purpose is not to bring you to any form of conclusion or force any form of will upon you. The ones that were a part of my 7-day live for the eclipse that experienced miracles, we literally gave them techniques. The same techniques that Yeshua and Buddha and all of these beings use, and they experienced miracles in their life. They utilized the frequency of 33 and they experienced that which is miraculous. But if you, a person who says, this means absolutely nothing, then guess what? It means absolutely nothing. You see how easy it is to bridge with people? You see how easy it is to not be... Like the video right now if you see how easy it is to bridge with people. Like the video right now. Everybody like the video right now if you see how easy it is to bridge with people. If you see how easy it is to not hate. If you see how easy and graceful it was that the energy that we distributed was listen. If you believe 33 is not a frequency and it's a number, then perfect. It's a number. For your reality is of your own commanding energy. That is a fact. Nothing will be so if you deem it not so. Yeshua would even tell people in the time of his healing, I healed you not. I simply guided you to seeing yourself as your Father sees you, as our Father sees you. God sees you as a being that is not of pain, a being not of lack, a being of abundance. Therefore, if I simply guide your eyes to see yourself as that which our Father Mother sees, then you shall see and experience that which our Father Mother sees and experience. A simple 1, 2. Yeshua himself would tell you he healed nobody. All he did was change everybody's perceptions. That's how powerful your sight is. What is the golden saying, everybody? Your eyes leads to the what? Here's a test, everybody. Your eyes leave us a what? Leads us to the what? What does your eyes lead you to, everybody? Your eyes lead you to the what? Come on, type it in the chat. What is the answer to this question? Your eyes lead you to the what? Let me see if y'all know. Your eyes lead you to the what? Ooh, true, you got it. True, got it. Let me see some more people. Type in the comments right now. Where do your eyes lead you to? Your eyes lead you to the what? Okay, Mr. Say What got it. Let me see one more person. Your eyes lead you to the what? Let me see one more person. Your eyes lead you to the what? The soul. So, if a Christ conscious being gets you to see with your soul and not see with your ego, guess what? Soul level things will experience and be brought forth in your life. That is a fact. Religion or spirituality. Understand that thus far, we have shown either way is a path if you really are of God. Be of your religious structures if you are really of God. Be not of religion if you made God your religion. If you made religion your God, be not of it. But if you understand that religion is a way that you can learn about God. Again, if you believe religion is a way you can learn about God, be in that religion and leave not that religion until you are ready. If you understand spirituality is a way you can learn about God, be of spirituality. You see this bridging process. You see people want to cause this versus match. Who is the one that wants to put the religious folk against the spiritual folk? The ego. We say, see not separation. And see the vultures that say, bash one and put us against each other. See the vultures that say, though you speak only love, Nadiie, you are not of my religious structure, so I shall not agree. It's not so to be of that density. It's not so. Chris, you say no one really thinks anyone talked to God, and I can prove it. No one thinks anyone talks to God, and I can prove it. Everyone is aligned with Source. So everyone speaks to Source, for they all speak to themselves. Trigger. Trigger, your soul now is branching out. Your soul is bridging now, Trigger. Instead of bashing Nadiie, Trigger simply said, spirituality leads to dragon devotion. But it doesn't. Because the energy of the dragons is a frequency very, very powerful that most people aren't even aware of. It's a powerful frequency that most people don't even use because most people aren't aware of it. So the real question is, why are you aware of something that you despise so much? That is the proof that hate is love. Why do you care about things that you despise so much? If you don't like dragon devotion and you don't like spirituality, out of sight, out of mind, leave the live. But if you see God in me, stay, and we welcome you for all eternity. You see how there's no right or wrong, Trigger. There's no right or wrong. Allow not conflict within self and retire your ego. And say, listen, a quick way to retire ego, everybody, is say, ego, come back tomorrow. Because the ego's going to be like, oh my gosh, you don't know, you just subscribed to time, I got you. Tomorrow I'm going to get you. And then the next day, ego, come back tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to come back tomorrow. And then the next day, ego, come back tomorrow. And then it's going to take the ego 2 days to come back. And when it does come back, ego, come back tomorrow. And then it's going to take the ego 5 days to come back. And you repeat this process until you can say this definitively. My ego is retired by my name, I affirm it. Say something besides the Bible. You are God. Problem solved. Effing up. Say something besides the Bible. You are God. Say something besides the Bible. I am Sika. There are native prophecies of that which is called the Rainbow Warriors. The warriors of the rainbow. You could see in this generation today the utilization of the rainbow and the frequency that these masses and big corporations choose to use as it pertains to the rainbow. We're not saying the rainbow is tainted, for nothing can taint God. But what we will say is it's very, very interesting how big business uses that which is the rainbow and that which is homosexuality in a way that is just interesting, different than what the initial construction of what the rainbow was for. These prophecies start well before any gay revolution or homosexual revolution or LGBTQ plus revolution. The warriors of the rainbow, these histories is from hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years ago. The warriors of the rainbow frequency is the unionization of all tribes, all colors, all energy. And you can actually kind of see that seep through within the LGBTQ culture. This group and this group and this group and this group are all coming together, and we are all LGBTQ. That in itself is beautiful, for that is what the rainbow represents. Unification. That is what us natives understand. There's actually a book that you can go buy. Go on your Googles after the live, type in Warriors of the Rainbow. It's a book where the native man is like a painting, and he's like over a campfire, and there's like this energy soul that's in front of him. The theme is a man and a native went around to all tribes around the world grabbing prophecies about this age that we're in currently. Many beings have prophesied about this age. The warriors of the rainbow. Those that know about spirituality know exactly what the warriors of the rainbow is, and they know that even though we may or may not agree with how the rainbow is being utilized today, the fact that the rainbow frequencies are even on this planet says that we're in the right direction. We may not agree with the rainbow frequencies, but what we understand is the frequency of the rainbow, no matter how you utilize it, is always going to be the frequency of the rainbow. Does that make sense, everybody? This will always be a form of a crystal, or a salt rock, as some say. But we activated it as we activate crystals. Therefore, it has that which is the foundation of a crystal. This will always be a crystal. Now, if someone utilizes this for pain, okay, they utilize this for pain, but it's still love of a crystal. It still has the foundation of love. If somebody utilizes for love, perfect. It still has foundations of love. It's the same thing with the rainbow. No matter how the rainbow is used, the initiation of what the rainbow was thousands of years ago was the unification and unifying of all tribes, all forms of thought. Before wars popped off in tribes, we understood peace. So, you bury the hatchet. One warrior chief would give his hatchet to the neighboring tribe that they was fighting with, and that chief would give his hatchet to the native tribe. Their grandest hatchets, and they would bury it. That's where the term bury the hatchet comes from. It's a Native American term. You wanted me to speak of something else, F in, F up, other than the Bible, well, there you have it. What else do you want? For we are here just to be of service. See me as that which is God, and see me as that which is your mirror. So if I'm God and I'm your mirror, that means you're God. And if that is too much for the religious folk, all right, you're made in the image of our Father, Mother. Therefore, you have God-like characteristics, God-like qualities. We may not utilize them all the time. Why? Because we're human. So when that happens and you see us slip up, forgive yourself. Instant correction. You have that ability. Let's see what the comments are talking about, because we went very interesting. Love you all. What do you think a frequency is, Chris? Yay! Chris! Oh my gosh, we're so very grateful for you. Thank you for showing me your soul. Yes, you're asking questions. Instead of seeing me in a particular way, this goes for everybody. Instead of seeing me in judgment, see me as God sees me. If you don't understand something, be not quick to judge it. Be not quick to hate it. Be quick to ask a question. And if your question is not understood, we still not say judge, but it makes more sense if you do. But to just say judgment off the rip, F him off the strength, is crazy. F the dude that's saying love each other off the strength because he plays not the game of religion or physicality is crazy. That thought, we're not saying you particularly and any person that thinks like this. We're saying that thought, that frequency of judge someone before you even ask a question of who they are is the same frequency that crucified Jesus. It's the same frequency. Hate you before I ask you of who you are. It's the same frequency that crucified. So be not that which crucifies, be that which is bridging. What do you think a frequency is? Well, in order to understand a frequency, you must know energy and vibration. In order to understand vibration, you must know energy and frequency. And all of them go hand in hand. There's no one without the other. The frequency is resonance, what you choose to resonate at. That is simply what frequency is, resonance. If I choose to resonate with love, my frequency, therefore, is of love. If I choose to resonate with self-deprecation, self-pooping on myself, guess what? I'm depressed. Frequency is resonance. Energy is that which is beyond what is tangible. Energy is that which is beyond what is tangible. Frequency is resonance. Energy is that which is beyond what is tangible. Vibration is what is within all things. Vibration can be seen as existence. For something that exists vibrates. If it vibrates not, it exists not. Therefore, you won't see it. Every single thing, this is scientifically proven, has a baseline vibration. All of the molecules are vibrating very closely with one another. That is a fact. That's just science at this point. You can pass through physical objects if you change the way your molecules vibrate. This is actually still science. This right now, this is not spirituality. This is still science. Science literally proved on a molecular level that one thing can pass through a solid object if the molecules can be adjusted and vibrated differently in such a way that moves through the spaces. For the molecules of any particular thing, this crystal, right? On a molecular level, there are many different balls of energy that are tightly together, holding this crystal together. But there still is a space in between them. What science proved is they seen another molecule and they were able to guide it to moving through this. So this is one molecule tightly together creating this salt rock or crystal. Science proved that this other molecule through their microscope, if we choose to vibrate this differently, it can pass through it. Well, we're all made of molecules, cells. We're all made of these things. So if you can prove it on the molecular level, and we all have that energy in that form of science within us, then you have proven it on this level. But because we are larger beings, it's harder to do, but still it's possible in theory. But is it a theory if we seen it with our own eyes? No, it is not. The rainbow is God promised to never do a worldwide flood. So we said what frequency is. Everyone, if you have any questions that is of religion or spirituality, of what we bring forth, if you question me. You hear me? If you question me, why did he say that? Type the question. Be quick to not judge. Keith says, service of who? Service is source. My source is source, and source is the resource. Source, A.K.A. God. See the frequency behind the terminology. Not that which is what we call our own egos. For mine own ego will get in the way if we allow it to get in the way. Your own ego gets in the way if you allow it to get in the way. Understand that when one talks of love, of oneness, of peace, of bridging, that is the son of source. That is of Christ. Emily, we love you. We're grateful for you. All people, be not of judgment within the comments. Understand that you are all masters, therefore you shall conduct yourselves in such ways. Why? Before we ask you this question. Everyone, your attention, please. Type 33s in the chat if you understand that love is the way. Everyone, type 33s in the chat if you understand that hate is not the way, that anger is not the way, that pains and arguing with one another is not the way. Arguments. If you see not arguments, if you see not pain, if you see not hate, and you see only love, type 33s in the chat. You don't have to be of religion, and you don't have to be of spirituality to have the understanding that love is the way. Type 33s if you say love is the way. You don't have to be of Christianity, of Judaism, of a Hebrew, of spirituality, of mysticism. You don't have to be of any particular structure to say love is the way. So type 33s if love is the way. If love is the way, then make love your truth. If love is the way, if one judges, judge not and forgive. If love is the way, then if someone agrees not with you, check yourself if ego says go back and forth with them in the comments. If love truly is the way, if love truly is the way, then make love the way. Don't say you're wrong and you're wrong and you're wrong and you're wrong. Why? Where does that get us? I love you all, my brother. Everyone in the chat right now. Everyone in the chat right now, say, I love all of you. I don't care if you had differences of opinions, of thought, on a soul level. Let's put this foundation here. Everyone in the chat right now, say, I love all of you. Everyone in the chat right now, say, I love all of you. We allow a foundation of love to be present. What we're saying is it's okay to disagree with one another, but let us remind ourselves of what is truth, love. If you shall disagree, disagree, but have a foundation of love first. So there is no going further than that which is necessary. You see? Disagree with one another if you so choose, but note that the person that you're disagreeing with said, I love you. So don't take it there. Agree to disagree if y'all can't bridge. And bring me into it so I can be of a bridge. For this religion or spirituality is the calling of those of religion and those of spirituality. So, if you are of any particular religion, you are welcome. If you're of Christianity, if you're of Judaism, if you're of Buddhism, if you're of any form of spirituality, you are welcome. If you're of this, that, and that, if you're of the occultist, if you're of a mystic, if you're of any of these things, you are welcome. For a true church, a true place of God, or place of worship, as they say, is wide doors open for all peoples. Come as you are. For God says, come as you are. Before you go to heaven, God doesn't say you need to wear these type of clothes. Before you go to heaven, God understands heaven is not a club. Heaven is a form of existence, a truth. It's not a club. Be shirtless. Be naked. Be clothed. Have holes in your shirts. Have a disability. Have no disability. Be white. Be black. Be of a spirituality. Be of a religion. Be a mystic. Be a druid. Be a warlock. Be a priest. God says heaven is open and welcoming all peoples. Come as you are. For to be one in heaven is to be as one in heaven. Again, to be one in heaven is to be as one in heaven. Therefore, every single mastery course for the beyond, anytime you choose to click on this live and stay here, you're in heaven. For to be in heaven is to be as one in heaven. Love more. love more. Cool dude. Says he got hit in the back not too long ago with a bullet. Paraplegic, paralyzed from the bullet, in a wheelchair. Everyone on the count of 3. This is what we're going to do, right? All the people of religion, all the people of spirituality, join together right now. Cool dude, yeah. On the count of 3, we're going to say, we send you love, cool dude, yeah. Add them in the comments if you need to after this as well. On the count of 3, we're going to say, we send you love, cool dude, yeah. Why? He got hit by a bullet. He's paralyzed. Let's send him love. He said that for a reasoning, and he's taking a stance. He's taking a stance. So let's all send him love on the count of 3. On the count of 3, out of our vocalization, we shall say, we send you love, cool dude, yeah. 1, 2, 3. We send you love, cool dude, yeah. One more time. Say it. If you are able to send another love, then you are able to receive love. For that which you dish is that which you can give and receive. Understand that. On the count of 3, say, we send you love, cool dude, yeah. 1, 2, 3. We send you love, cool dude, yeah. It's liberating to send love to people. For when you send love to self, you send love to all others. When you send love to all others, you send love to self. Trigger, be not of ego. We shall not entertain it anymore. But what we all must understand, everyone, is though trigger brings forth, in some people's eyes, triggers. No, that's symbolic within itself. Triggers being in triggers. He's only doing what he was sent here to do. The names that we utilize for ourselves are important. So if someone named Trigger is triggering you, oh, that's a test from source. Simple. Even if he doesn't understand the terminologies behind these things. That's the frequency that you choose to resonate with. But what we understand and literally bring forth lots of love for is bring forth your judgments and your hate if you so choose to. Know that it's not so and it's not needed. But if you stay here, we applaud it. We would rather you hate here than hate out there. For all we do here is plant seeds within you. So when you do go out there, they'll be watered when the rain hits you. For if Trigger really didn't agree with us, he would just leave. But his soul understands he's in the front of the Son of Source. So he stays. This goes for all peoples. If someone is bringing forth pains in your life, yet they stay, they know there's value in you. Type 33s in the chat if you've been in a toxic relationship before, y'all. Type 33s in the chat if you've been in a toxic relationship before, y'all. Type 33s in the chat if you've been in a toxic relationship. And it doesn't even have to be of, type of marriage or situation or sexual relationship. It could be friendship. It could be any. Type 33 if you've had a toxic friendship, a toxic relationship. Type 33 if you've been experiencing something toxic from another person before in your life. Okay? We all experience something toxic. Now, isn't it interesting how them people so toxic yet they still stay? Ain't that so crazy? They hate us so much yet they still here. Ain't that so wild? Big Booty Judy from the block always yelling at Mr. Man over here. Yes, she still stay. Mr. Johnson over here always bashing, trying to figure out and being lack of trustworthy with, Sally over here. Yeah, he still stays. Ain't it so interesting? Why? Why is it interesting? Because they see the value in you. Translate that to here. You are experiencing a sacred Sunday service. And you see people that are making it their joy to disrupt and be of hate. Yet they still stay. I'm going to let you know right now. If someone was pouring hot water on my hand, let me do a test real quick. Everybody, what would you do if someone was pouring hot water on your hand? What is your first reaction? I'm talking about boiling hot water. If someone was pouring that on your hand, what do you do? If someone is pouring boiling hot water in your hand, type in the comments, everybody. What do you do if someone is pouring boiling hot water on your hand? You what? Let me see it in the comments. What is the answer? If someone is pouring boiling hot water in, what would you do? Let me see it in the comments. What's your answer? Ow. And then say I forgive myself. Finish the pour, then pretend it hurts. Y'all are thugs. Y'all are like warriors. Good gracious. Say ouch. The fact that you're questioning the pain is hilarious. No, you move. Y'all are so funny. If someone pours hot water on your hand, you move out the way. If someone is doing something you don't agree with, you leave. Yes, you leave. Yo, I would move. I would move too. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be thuggish, ruggish bone. I'm not thuggish, ruggish bone. Pour boiling hot water. You know how hot boiling is? Bubbles? No. I'm moving out the way. May you please stop that hand all the way over here with it. I'm not saying may you please stop that. May you please stop that. You know how women, when they're walking down the street, they see someone they don't like, they think about the rob, and they clutch their purse and they clutch their pearls. I'm clutching my hand. I'm moving out the way. It's the same thing with this. They're attracted to the light, therefore they stay, for they see the value. Judge not, for they're here. Judge not what you disagree with if they're still here. But understand that sometimes the most loving thing to do is walk away. So, if you have toxic relationships that you're experiencing and they're not leaving because of your value, you leave. Now, we're not saying... Trigger, that just gave me a smile. We're not saying leave anybody and run away from them if spirituality, if they don't agree with you. For what we must understand as bridging, there is this idea in the New Age community that we just don't have to give our knowledge to older folks. And we just have to, not appreciate the elders. There's this idea that, oh, my family, my grandmother, my mother is so hard on spirituality or so hard in, their religion. They're so caught up in the religion. We say, oh, our grandmothers and our fathers and our mothers are so of religion, we can never save them. They're so lost. They're sheep. They're NPCs. They're caught up by the system. Who is the you that are saying these things? Who are the you that are saying that your family is lost? Your mother and father is lost. They're stupid because they're all religion. They're stupid because you follow Christianity. Or you're stupid because you follow Islam. Who is the you saying it? Is it the you that is aligned with godlike characteristics? Or is it the you that is aligned with ego? For we know how the religious folks say it. My God don't do that. For my God don't hate another person because of what they believe. Like the religious people say, my God don't do that. So that must be ego. You must give them love. For the only reason why some of the elders do not have is because they have not been taught. It's not their fault. It's like me being born black. It's like you being born white. It's like you being born Asian. It's like you being born Pleiadian. It's like you being born Arcturian. You were born that. It's not your fault that you're born that. It's not your fault that you have long hair. It's not your fault that you have short hair. It's not your fault that you have teeth. None of this is your fault. So why blame another because they don't know? It's not no one's fault. Try to bridge with them. It's going to be harder to bridge with someone that doesn't understand because no one has ever presented this information to them. It's simple. No one has ever bridged with these type of people. So yeah. One beautiful thing that made me smile, or guided me to smile, as we say, for nothing can make you do anything. Trigger says, I should leave. He's boiling hot water on me, yet I feel no pain. Everyone, hold on, I'm going to read that one more time. And all the spiritual folk that know, that see, and all the spiritual folk, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And all the religious people that see, listen to this. Trigger says, I should leave. He's pouring boiling hot water on me, yet I feel no pain. Well, if you feel no pain, then that means something is right. I mean, you're experiencing something right? If I'm giving you something and none of your defense walls are being, activated, if none of if your defense alert system is not being activated, if your soul doesn't feel like it's in danger, if your mind doesn't feel like it's in danger, if your brain is not sending any pain signals to any form of energy within your body, and you're here, that means there's some truth to what this person is saying. I may not agree with Nadiie and complete, but I can say on some level, I can agree with some things. I just don't agree with that. It's just a fact. Alrighty. Now, yes, we love to see that. I have compassion, bro. I don't hate you. Understand that religion is of discipline and spirituality is of freedom. But you can bring discipline and spirituality, but you cannot bring freedom in religion. Again, religion is discipline and spirituality is freedom. You can bring discipline and spirituality, but you cannot bring spirituality, freedom, and religion. Why? It's not saying that you're not free when you're in a religion. What we're saying is religion is of structure. Therefore, if you go to a Christian church right now and try to teach them of meditation, they will bash you. If you go to a Buddhist temple right now and try to teach them of the ways of Jesus and how Jesus lived, they would bash you. Therefore, freedom is not in religion, but the disciplines in religion can be a part of the freedoms of spirituality. Religion can be both disciplined and of freedom. Again, religion can be of discipline and freedom. It's by default of discipline, but it can also be added upon it. Freedom can be added. If you have, on a wide scale, churches all over that are saying, come as you are. If one day churches of all time, of all across the globe say, come as you are, for one day, that religion is now free. They can still teach from their Bible. You can still teach from your religious text. All we're saying is be open-minded to just allowing some to come in the church. You have some churches that won't even allow a monk to come inside. You have some churches that won't allow a homeless man to come inside. You have some churches that have a dress code. You have some churches that have a thought code. You have some churches that are really like this. And when we say the word church, don't go to straight bashing Christianity, for every religion has their form of church. We shall utilize the word church for human transcription. We have mosque, we have temples, and we have, going into the land. We have multiple ways of spiritual practice and ways we can go into spiritual practice. But religion in of itself, religion wasn't built to be free. That is a fact. Type 33s in the chat right now, everyone. If you understand that religion was not built upon freedom, it was built upon discipline and structure. Type 33s in the chat right now, everybody. If you understand that religion wasn't built upon freedom, it was built upon discipline and structure. If it was built upon freedom, there would be come as you are parties every single Sunday at church. If you are of a Hebrew, come here. If you are of Christianity, come here, obviously. If you're of all forms of the Christianity, the Catholic, this, come here. If you're of a warlock, if you're a warlock, come in our church, come in our church. If you're a priest, come in our church, come in our church. If you're of the natives, come in our church. That is freedom. That is freedom. Religion is not bad. It's just of discipline and structure. Religion says, this is how we do it. Do it any other way, you're lost. Hell. That's what religion says. Do this or burn. That's what religion says. Do this or be casted out. That's crazy. If we bring everything back to the roots and we just look at that, Everyone just look at that. That's actually crazy. That's actually, okay, my bad, brother. My bad, brother. Imagine if a child was told that. People are asking, well, how did religion get so big? Tell a child that right now. Tell a child, eat these grits before I throw you out the window. Oh my God, I'm gonna eat the grits. I'm gonna eat the grits. All right, I'm eating the grits. I'm eating the grits. I'm gonna cast you out. Eat this broccoli before I cast you out the house. Roam the streets with the wolves. I'm eating the broccoli. Tell a child that. Of course they're gonna listen. Of course they're gonna listen. If you tell me I'm gonna burn for eternity, of course I'm gonna listen. What? I would be stupid for not listening. So let's not bash anybody for being of religion because you don't know how young they were when they were told these things. You see, this is called bridging. We don't know how young they were when they were told you're going to burn for all eternity if you don't listen to this family. You know how traumatizing that is? So let's stop the bashing of one another just because one is religious and one is not. Because one is native and one is Christian. Because one is Hebrew and one is a warlock. Because one is of the occultist and one is a priest. Why bash? You don't know what these people were told when they were kids. For kids are impressionable. You don't know the horror story that have been told to these children. I can agree on religion if you give a child a choice. If you say, listen, you are of age now. You're 3-year-old. Not of age for the world, but of age to make a spiritual decision. 3 years old is of age to make a spiritual decision. Your soul has rested within the vessel long enough. Because, little Timmy, you're 3 years old. Our family does these things the Christian way or the Islam way or whatever way, right? Our family does things the religious way, little Timmy. But you also have another way over here. They call it the spiritual way. Now, little Timmy, if you want to be spiritual, it's going to be hard to have your footing in one place because spirituality is so large. But if you just want something tangible, Timmy, if you want something that you can hold, come to our religion. If you want something free as a bird, go into spirituality. Travel the world. For spirituality is traveling the world and learning all about the freedoms of God. So what do you want to choose, spirituality? This book or this breath? If people presented religion like that and people presented spirituality like that to the little Timmys of the world, the little Jeromes of the world, you know how much more loving this place would be? If religion wasn't built upon, yes, they can. You think this actually, this is what we will say, right? They're not making a conscious decision. They're making a soul level decision. A conscious decision is that of the vessel. Of course, quite obviously, a child is not able to make a vessel. Yes, I have children. A child is not able to make a conscious, meaning vessel-like decision, but they can make a soul decision, for the soul is ageless. A child, and this is actually proven, a child is operating on your frequency as the parent. If you use big words around the child, guess what? The child is using big words. How do I know this? There's literally videos of many children across all the world that are monks, that are meditating, that are cooking. I literally just seen a 3-year-old cook his daddy like a ham and egg sandwich. He was Asian. Little monk, little 3-year-old. Just your children move by you. They may not make conscious vessel decisions, as in my leg moves like this. Oh, 2 + 2 = 4. But they make soul level decisions. That is a fact. That's why masters would say, be as a child, for their soul is big. The only ones that are saying children aren't able to make soul level decisions is our own ego. Because all you have to do is because children see frequency. Children, yes. 3 years old, yes. And you know what you do? After you told that 3-year-old that, you do a checkup with him. A few years later, you remind me of Jesus Christ, and you see me as I am. What you must understand is, children, you give them that decision when they're young and you follow up with them as they get older. Make a checkpoint at 11 or 13. But you constantly checkpoint with people. And some people, they even said, oh my gosh, what do you mean? As I am. I am the Christ, as are you, for we are one. The Christ is a force, not a man. Yeshua, Jesus, the flesh, the flesh that we know is called Yeshua. Yeshua left his flesh to go into the Christ. To go into the Christ means the Christ was already there. For one to leave the flesh to go to the Christ, what we call the Christ force, that means the Christ was already there. Therefore, Christ exists. Period. Christ exists. Therefore, when you are resonating at that which is love, resonating at the frequency of truth, do you resonate in the frequency of the Christ? Oh, it's breaking up. It's no coincidence that it breaks up during certain dialogue. But what we will say is, if it does break up, leave the live and instantly join back. I heard a bird outside chirp as soon as I say that, because there's birds on my patio. So yes, the only ones that are disproving the power of 3-year-olds is the ones that didn't raise their 3-year-old to have awareness of their soul. For when you go to cultures that may not be what we think are brain intelligent, they are soul intelligent. They may not calculate things the way we do over here in America, but their soul does. That is a fact. That's how you can have monk children. Children that are far more disciplined. I know 3-year-olds that are far more disciplined than any adult. Because they value their soul. They value their spirituality. So yes, why would you think it's okay to colonize a child's mind? If you want to keep it a bean, let's keep it a bean. Why do you think it's okay to colonize a child's mind? Let's talk to you. Rag it up, Reese. Why do you think it's okay to colonize a child's mind and not give the child a choice? For it was his soul's choice to come on earth, but it was not the vessel's choice to be here. So give a child a choice. You personally know 3-year-olds more disciplined than adults? Yes, I do. I actually do. Because my wife is a doula and she babysits. And she shows me a lot because she's of the spirituality. So the people that people that are wanting to have a doula birth, they're more spiritual than most people. So they raise their children in that which is spirit. My wife literally is a babysitter for a lot of these children. So we see very disciplined 3-year-olds because they were raised in that. I have kids already. The fact that I value my kids' souls let me know how much y'all value souls and vessels. I simply say, everyone type 33s in the chat if it makes sense of what I say. I say, instead of forcing a child to be of religion or spirituality, when the child turns 3-year-old, when the child turns 3, you present them in a loving way what religion is and what spirituality is. And you say choose. You do it in its most simple effect. Type 33s if that makes sense. Religion. You give them a book. You say, listen. You show them, let's say this was the Bible. You give them this Bible. You put the Bible in front of them. And you explain what this is in a simple way. Because if you can't explain your religion to a child, that religion shouldn't be existing in the first place. If a child can't understand the religion, when even in certain religions, Yeshua literally says, be as a child. If a child can't understand the religion, then why are you trying to force it upon anybody? If you can't explain it to a child, if you can't explain your purpose and your philosophies to a child, then you're not going to explain it to anybody. For that which is complex is not what the soul understands in acres. The soul understands what is simplified. The soul is your child. That is why it's called inner child, because the child within, which is your soul. You put the Bible in front of the child and you explain what religion, let's say you're of Christianity. Listen, my child. Listen, little Jerome. You're of age in terms of your soul. So we're going to make a soul level decision right now because I value your soul, little Jerome. This book right here is of this religion. Religion is of a house. A house is of a structure. When you're in a house, you're in the house. What did I do, little Timmy? You just breathed. Yes, I displayed breath. Breath is spirituality, something that cannot be contained, little Timmy. If religion is the house, breath is the outside. Where do you want to go, Timmy? Do you want to come in the house or do you want to go outside? That is how you display that which is spirituality and religion to a child. Type 33 if that makes sense. Type 33 if that makes sense. What we just explained to little Jerome. Type 33 in the chat if that makes sense. That is how you present. That is how you present spirituality and religion to a child. And note, the only ones that disagree are the ones that are forcing their own will on the child. For you don't know what a child is capable of until you actually put the child in situations for their soul to choose. When you explain in this way, religion and spirituality, they will make their choice. Some children would say, I want to stay in the house with you, mommy. I want to stay in the house with you, daddy. Other children would say, I want to go outside. And this is actually a very powerful way of how you can gauge what your child is going to like. See, when we give this level, this is very, very powerful, loving, God sent, heaven present wisdom for our souls. When you send this to your child, you actually are learning far more things about your child when you look at things through the eyes of God. If you have a child that says, I want to stay in the house as it pertains to this, you understand that this child is more of a homebody. If you have the child that says, I want to go outside and play, well, that child is more energetic. That child might be very good with sports. That child might be very good with interacting with people. That child may be a very social child. These experiments go far beyond what we even can experience just right now. It's not an ultimatum. It's a choice. Because either way, these choices is going to liberate them. And then what did we say? Now, when they made that choice, follow up with them when they're 11, when they're 13. And then you ask them again in the same way. In the same way. Listen. All right, teenage Timmy. Teenage Timmy. Do you remember when we was 3? Do you know those core memories? Do you know that the core memories, right? We all have very core memories of very specific situations. You'd be like, hey, teenage Timmy. Remember when we was 3 and we was speaking about the house and outside? Like, oh yeah, I remember that. He was talking about, religion and spirituality. Let's ask you again. How do you feel about religion? Well, I feel this. Well, how do you feel about spirituality, breath, being outside? Well, I feel this. You never, in any situation, the reason why you explain to children this or this, because you have some people that just want to colonize children, that just want to force religion upon them. You literally have children that are birthed. You have children that are newborns, birthed into the ways of Christianity. You would rather colonize a child's mind, birth them when they're a baby, rather than give them at least a chance of soul level survival, a chance of soul level integrity. Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense. Giving the children a chance of soul level integrity. Type 33s in the chat if you see the value in that. Because when you follow up when they're a teenager and you say, listen, how do you feel about these things? He would tell you, when you raise a child to appreciate both love and loving all, when you raise a child to both appreciate religion and spirituality, they won't grow up to bash one another. They won't grow up to be that way. The fact that you think it's okay, and not you as in any particular person, but for the archetype that this resonates with, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't. The fact that you think it's okay to just baptize a fresh child, to put a fresh child in religious churches, to put a fresh child in all of these things, and not try to give them a choice. As a native, we wouldn't even name our children. You all know that, right? There's certain levels to this life. We will have the children name themselves. What is your soul? Because we see their soul. See, I can tell when one sees just the physical body. I can see when one sees just their physical body. And I can see when one sees as God sees. See, when I see a child, I don't see a little human. When I see a child, I see God's abundance. And as I stand in this expression to get that which is the beyond of God, I know it is possible for the child to distribute that which is the beyond of God for me. It is only those that say, judgments is my priority. Colonization is of my priority when they see that which is children and they give them not a choice. For one says ultimatum and we say choice. But for the ones that say ultimatum, they would rather raising a child without the choice in any particular structures. For when you raise a child in one particular discipline and only that particular discipline, and in that doctrine within the discipline you say all other peoples are not so, you plant seeds of hate in that child. Type 33s with your soul, if this makes sense. Resonate at the frequency of 33 with your soul if what we said makes sense. See not the flesh and see that which is the spirit. Saving the children is not about waiting until the children are old enough to where you have to undo all of the muck that the world taught them. Saving the children is making sure they don't get tainted to begin with. I love the children. I care about the children. I don't wait until the children is offered doctrines and hates before I say, now I shall rest a miracle upon you. I understand my reality is powerful. Therefore, even if a child couldn't consciously make decisions when they step into my reality, they do. Listen, I'll give you all a story. A story about when we first started performing miracles in the public. This story is when we started performing miracles in the public. I caught the attention of a lot of spirit-based beings and beings that were in physicality. I caught the attention of a lot of dark beings, warlocks, and they would follow me. This is very true. If any of you don't believe me, DM me. I'll have a one-on-one with you. And I'll talk with everybody. I'll bring everybody. We'll schedule a day. Well, everybody that experienced this with me, they will say, no, Nadiie, that happened. Warlocks was after me. Dark beings was after me. Hundreds of birds were circling in the sky. I was being constantly looked at. When I started performing miracles, because remember, I didn't start teaching in physicality. I started teaching in spirituality, in the realms of spirit. And then we started teaching after the realms of spirit and the astral realms and physicality. We held gatherings in my home, in Postwoods, Columbus, Ohio, a neighborhood called Postwoods. Forest all around the neighborhood. We could go out. We would, in unison, we would pray together. We would chant together. We would love and display frequency of love. We would cry with one another. And we would do Reiki. Light would be from our hands. Energy work. Native drums. Oki sinatapia naksasukoi ni sokwa. Ayo a pistituki. Ispamokenan. Nakai sisinan. Nakeki mutsitsinan. Nakokamoto. We spoke the language to these people. That is native language. If you understand not, ask a question. That is the Blackfoot language. It's the Blackfoot prayer. We was performing miracles for people. Because prayers in the native tongue is very powerful. The Blackfoot prayer that we created. The Blackfoot prayer. We wrote it down. If you want to know what it means, I can gladly tell you. All you have to do is ask a question and bash not. Bash not and ask a question. As we were performing miracles, we caught the attention one day where we chose to portal jump. How do we portal jump? What does it mean? We'll say it after the story. If you want to know what our prayers mean, the ones that we utilize at the end of every last one of our sacred services, wait until the story is done, and we would tell you. And when you hear the prayer, you would say, why are they bashing that? That is just as powerful as our Lord's Prayer. That is just as you're talking to God. So, one day, we covered our entire body with light. And we chose to expand ourselves in all dimensions and all timelines simultaneously. We usually take walks around our house. And then once we take walks around our house, we go outside and take walks around the neighborhood. We took walks so much in Postwoods, this land that we perform many miracles with in gatherings, that the children would call me Happy Feet. The children would say, hey, Happy Feet, because I walked so much and I was in nature so much. They would call me Happy Feet. You don't have a car, Happy Feet? No. Why? Because my feet is my carriage. I would teach these kids things. Happy Feet, I need help taking out the trash. There's bees all over the dumpster. Come here. No, it's scary. Come. The bees are going to sting me. They're not. Put them in front of the trash can. Put your arms up. He did. Bees landing on him, rubbing on him. When you are fearless, child of God, nothing will harm you. He threw away the trash, and that being never, ever was scared to take the trash out again. We have this relationship with children because children see me as I am. Children see me as the Son of God, and I see in them as the Son of God. That's why I see the soul in children. For the things that children tell me. Some days I will walk. Happy Feet. Happy Feet. Come, 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 come. He'll ride his bike. Happy Feet. Come here. Okay. What do you want? Can I have your guitar? Happy Feet. Can I have your guitar? I would go around the neighborhood playing the guitar for the children. Happy Feet, will you let me have your guitar? No, it's too big for you. I'll find you a smaller one, but play the strums of your soul. One day, all the kids come to me. Happy Feet, Happy Feet. Guess what? What? When I seen you, I seen light. You were glowing. I was? Yeah. I love you, God's child. That is why I see the soul in children. They see me. They see me. Every time I think of that story, it almost brings tears to my eyes. They see me. For the ones that say, oh, children can't do this and children can't do this, children are far more capable of performing miracles, of being quote unquote spiritual, of being disciplined than any adult. For there are adults today that still choose not to see the Son of Source in front of their eyes. But a child came up to me, a group of them. Happy feet, happy feet. You were glowing. It was like light, like a flashlight. One day in this land of Postwoods, I'm taking my walks. Light everywhere. I'm feeling good. I'm walking. Got done walking the trail. I'm going back home. I look up. Birds, hundreds and hundreds of birds flying in the sky. What in the world is going on? Someone comes outside on the phone, but they're talking to me whilst they're on the phone. Where's your astral shield? Where's your astral shield? Where's your astral shield? I'm going to ignore that. See, the way our neighborhood is set up is you can go straight back or you can turn right and it loops all the way back. I lived all the way at the end. So instead of going straight back to the end, I went around. After this story, we shall explain what the prayers meant. What the prayers are translated to. So I swiftly took that right. Birds flying in the sky. You know how I feel. People talking about where your astral shield. I'm going to the right with it. Cool. As I'm walking in my neighborhood, this literally happened. Walking in, and I told this story before, so those that know, they know. I don't play. I'm in the cut with it. As I'm walking in the neighborhood, doors are opening and people are looking at me. I go to where my house is, towards the back of the neighborhood. All of my friends now do not live in this neighborhood. Where are my friends at? Why did a car suddenly get turned over and is being worked on? Who lives at that house? Who is over here? Who is this person? Oh my gosh, I portal jumped. Really portal jumped. Not just consciously, not just in spirituality. I took my flesh through another portal. Oh, snaps. I literally went to another dimension. I performed a siddhi. A siddhi means a very rare and ancient spiritual gift. Oh, wow. I'm bringing this to earth. In that same thought, I seen a cat. Because cats are very, very powerful. Fun fact. In the land of Kemet, very powerful priest and priestess. Priestess, the women priestess. Very powerful priestess. Would grab the neighboring cats. Send energy into the cat and say, give this energy to Demetrius. And then the cat will go walk around the neighborhood and rub up against Demetrius and go on about his day. And that's how the cat distributed energy. That was energy exchange. Cats are powerful. So when I seen the cat, I'm like, what is going on? My heart start beating. I'm in a new environment, a new portal. I'm not home anymore. I have to be very secure. My first thought, pick up trash. I'm so scared, I just want to help. I'm not going to lie to you. At that point, I was terrified. I start picking up trash and start throwing it away. Stopping the litter. Protecting Mother Earth. Behind the trash can, a portal opens. Not a portal that you see like Doctor Strange. Somebody just walks behind a tree and they're there. They walk around and look at me. And he says, you're only doing this because you see us. Boom! What? Who are you? I'm not talking to him. These are the same beings. Remember the stories about Martin saying, they're trying to kill me, waving a gun in the middle of Hollywood? These beings. I seen them. Oh, you want to be of this? You want to be of this? Nah, you want to go back to being an NPC. You don't want to be spiritual. He looked at me and then more people came. It was a group of them and they were all wearing red. These dark beings love the color red. They don't like when I expose them, but they can't do anything about it. They do not like it. They all wear red. And I ran in the house. People were calling me a different name. People were calling me a different name. I never said I am Jesus. I said me and Yeshua are one, as are you. For as Yeshua says, the kingdom of heaven is within you. If God is in heaven, then God is within you. I'm saying we're one. There's no difference. Yeshua even said it in your own verses. You shall do what I do and more. You shall do what I do and do things greater than my works. In order to do what the Christ did, you must be the Christ. Is logical. Follow along. I ran in the house. My sister's at the top of the stairs. Rail, rail, rail. I portal jumped. This is not my reality. This is not my reality. You know what she said, everybody? I know. God already told me. I have a spiritual bath prepared for you. I'll run up the stairs. The door is open. There's a spiritual bath with flowers and sage and all of this already in the bath. Very warm bath. And she said, Nadiie, get in the bath. And when you rise, you shall be back in your reality. Just like the womb is filled with water, so are portals. That is the only thing that Christianity kind of gets right, but not fully. They knew that there is significance in water, but they didn't know why. In truth, the priests that created the religions, they know the importance of water, but they omitted a lot from the Bible. They omitted a lot from the Bible. But what the religions, like for example Christianity understands is baptism. They know the power of water, but just dunking someone means absolutely nothing. You're just getting them wet. It's a portal. When you make water align with your own intentions, you create a portal. Christianity sometimes gets it right, because you know what they would say. What do they say in Christianity? Born again, right? But a lot of people don't even understand what born again even means. Most of those people don't actually create a sacred space for the born again process to actually occur, because most people are actually afraid of miracles. As I rose from the spiritual bath my sister gave me and I ran back outside, the car that was flipped upside down, that was being worked on, was no longer there. My friends still lived there. The cat was no longer there. The people, they were no longer there. Everyone reverted back to normal. Oh my God, what just happened? I was so scared and terrified. I threw everything spiritual I ever had away. Because what does the miracle do, everyone? The ones that were here for the eclipse live. I want to see how many people are here in the eclipse live. The miracle brings you back to zero and says, what? Let me see how many people were in the eclipse live. Even if it's one person. The miracle brings you back to zero and says, what? Type in the chat. The miracle brings you back to zero. Yes. Try again is choose again. Try again and choose again is the exact same thing. Yes, choose again. The miracle brings you back to zero and says choose again. The miracle is a undoer. The miracle brings you back to zero and says choose again. The miracle, what is miraculous, is undoing. If you don't like mile 1, 2, and 3, what the miracle would do is bring you back into the house. It would teleport you back into the house before you even left and said, choose again. That's what is miraculous. The miracle gives you nothing. The miracle taketh away. That's what the miracle is for. A resetter. Everything reset and all was miraculous. I was so terrified, I threw all away. But in that illusion, I recognized what is miraculous. So I said, I shall be a living miracle. I'm going to throw everything I ever had spiritual away. Feathers, crystals, garments, everything, and start again. My sister played a very spiritual video as I'm recovering because that is a very traumatic experience for a soul. Imagine you walk out one day and you're being tormented by a group of people that know your power, but you don't even fully understand it. Terrifying. The TV started talking to me. The TV started talking to me and responding to me. Turn it off. I go try to help. I'm so terrified. I just want to help people. We have canned goods in our house. I bag up canned goods. I'm so terrified. The TV talking to me. Beings outside was tormenting me. I learned how to jump portals. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I walked outside, knocked on my neighbor's door. You know what I heard? Finish your mission! Go! Finish your mission! Go! Oh my God. What is happening? I run back in the house. People are saying finish the mission, all of this. I close my eyes. I'm hearing people's prayers. What the heck is going on? I look outside, birds circling. What is happening? I talk to my mom. At this point, I'm choking up. I'm crying. My mom, our whole family is spiritual. Don't get it twisted. My mother says, you're being enlightened. This happened to me when I was a child, but I rejected my gifts. Therefore, it gets passed on to my children. I cannot help you, Nadiie. You have to figure this out. Remember, you're not in this alone. We're right beside you, but I can't live your life for you. You must figure this out. Okay. Eyes bloodshot red. When I say when they say they see red, I literally blood covered my eye. I literally see through a filter of red. I'm that terrified. A dark being walked behind our house because me and my mother were in the kitchen as we were talking. A dark being, not as a negative. There's no negative nor positive, but a being that doesn't necessarily align itself with the light and love. That's what a dark being is. Walked behind my house. My windows are open in my kitchen so I can see it behind the back door. He walks behind my house and he has kids roped up with one another. No joke. It gets real. When people talk about spiritual attacks or Hollywood or this or that, I can tell you don't know of your own importance, therefore they shall not target you. You only get targeted when you are aware of who you are. They say another Christ will not be born on my watch. That is a fact. I said, forget y'all. I'm still going to move on this path and be absolutely as close to Christ-like as possible until I finally attained it. This man had kids, like 7 to 10 kids lined up behind him. Like roped up and walking, looking at me. And I'm like, what world am I in? What in the world is going on? I go outside. The kids just disappeared. The man disappeared. What the heck? The kid disappeared. The man disappeared. The next day, I'm sitting on the back porch with my sister and we're talking. I'm recovering. And then all of a sudden, I hear the man's voice calling me by a different name. I do not go by that name. I ignore him and I say, my sister, come inside. They're trying. You know the story about Yeshua in the desert? And the snake, the devil, said, you know, you can break your fast. I'll give you some bread. I'll give you fame. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. They were tormenting me. But on the flip side, what they were saying is if you stop being spiritual and you stop being so like Jesus, if you stop being so like Jesus, because you are able to actually attain it, you're getting very close. You created a portal and your actual physical body went there. That's where we said enough is enough. You're taking it too far. We're going to try to demolish your perspective. It happened not. It worked not. What we did for those children was we said what we were going to do is intentionally go back. People talk about save the children. What we did. We went back to what we call the hell realms. Similar to Yeshua. What did Yeshua do? What people don't understand about the power of one who is actually of love is they judge not. When Yeshua left the flesh, he went directly to hell. Why? He did it on purpose to free souls from hell. When the overlords of hell got word that somebody killed Yeshua, you know what they said? Why did you take him out? Why? Because if you take him out, all he's going to do is come here. Once they said that, y'all gave me rain and y'all gave me access. Hey, y'all. I'm going to need you. Come to me to paradise. All the evil overlords. No! That's how powerful being the Christ is. You can willingly go to hell and say, I'm going to free some souls, come on, and just leave. And they can't do nothing about it. I said if Yeshua could do that, I will at least attempt. And if I fall in the process, at least people won't say I didn't try to be the Christ. So I redid the technique. And I went back. And then you know what happens when I went back? I found a way out. And I created a portal and that stayed open. So I personally went to heaven, created a portal, and it was a unclosable portal. I showed everyone that you're able to leave those dark dimensions. The people that said yes, they sold their soul. I showed you that you're priceless. Therefore, your soul can't be bought. My dreams after that day were souls thanking me, people hugging me. Every time I astral projected, souls were coming up, hugging me, showing, loving me. Thank you. Understand, if you see any beings that may not agree, if you see any beings that judge or hate, remember what we said about toxic relationships. If they stay, they see the value. They see the Son of Source in front of their eyes, which is you as well, for I am simply a mirror. I am the Son of God, as are you. There's no difference between us. That's what you must understand. If people did not agree with you, if the water that was being poured upon them was boiling and not refreshing, they would leave. If the living waters that we distribute are that of boiling, it would hurt. Therefore, you would leave. So the fact that you stay means the living waters are refreshing. So for the people that are going back and forth in the comments, stop and think. Who is the one getting offended? Is it God or is it the ego? Because if God is everything, then what does God need to be offended for? Silence is loud. Bring silence to your ego. If that all made sense to everybody, type 33 is in the chat. If that provided service for you, type 33s in the chat now. If that all provided service for you, type 33s in the chat now. Bash not, at not, for those that are going back and forth, that understand that they are light workers. Stop. Type 33s. Stop going back and forth. Don't at nobody anymore. Be present. For those that say anything other than 33, we welcome you. We welcome you with open arms. For this is a sacred Sunday service. I am the Son of Source, as are you, for we are one. Our home is welcome for all. Warlocks are welcome. Priests are welcome. Druids are welcome. Christians are welcome. Beings of Islam are welcome. Jews are welcome. Gays are welcome. Blacks, whites, Asians, natives, you're welcome. Everyone is welcome. That is freedom. Spirituality is freedom. I said after our story, we will explain what our prayer means. The prayer that we say in our native tongue, that we wrote down, so y'all can see it. Because there's power in words and how you write. The fact that you were able to see that with your own eyes lets us know light language is apparent. Remember, people, we establish frequency when we type 33. Frequency of love. Therefore, if one in the comments shows not that which is love, shows that which is bashing and judgments, you at them not. You give them no power. Talk to them not. Allow them to talk amongst themselves. Allow them to talk amongst themselves. Allow them to talk amongst themselves. Let dogs be dogs. Let birds be birds. Let demons be demons. Let angels be angels. And then, furthermore, let God's children be God's children. Let's not see the separation of demons and angels and dogs and birds and this and that. Just let everybody be God's children and express themselves in the way that they see serve. So for the one that said they are interested in hearing the translation of our native prayer, A.K.A. Pistatuki means, O Creator, Ispamokanan, help us. Nakait sitsanan, to listen. Nakeki mutsitsanan, to be kind to one another. Nakokamoto sanan, to be honest. Again, A.K.A. Pistatuki, O Creator, Ispamokanan, help us. Nakaitsitsanan, to listen. Nakeki mutsitsanan, to be kind to one another. Nakokamoto sanan, to be honest. Nena, Nakista, my father, my mother. Kisika komemo, I love you. Oktokenana Pistatuki, we are listening, Creator. Nakaikaki masanan, to try harder. Ikanapi, be peaceful. Nistowapi, be beautiful. Akanistowa, it has been fulfilled. That is what we say at the end of every live. Type 33s in the chat if you see what is liberating about what we just said. Type 33s in the chat if you see what is loving about what we just said. That language is Sikh-Sika. That means Blackfoot in English. I am Native American. I am a medicine man. Type 33 in the chat if you see what that prayer of service. So every time we say that prayer, we are saying that. All right, type yes or no. With that prayer, am I trying to convert anybody to anything? What is the consistency? Type yes or no. With that prayer, am I trying to convert anybody to anything? Type yes or no in the chat. Type yes or no in the chat. Am I trying to bring love with that prayer? Type yes or no in the chat if I'm trying to bring love with that prayer. Okay. One more question, everybody. One more question, everybody. Type 33s in the chat if you understand that love is not bound by religion or spirituality. That love just exists. Type 33s in the chat if you understand that love is not just for the ones of religion and love isn't just for the ones of spirituality. That love is for everybody. Type 33s if you understand that. So we all have a foundation that what is being distributed from the Son of Source to the Son of Source. And if you don't align with S-O-N, S-U-N, you're the sun, the giver of life, the light. If you understand that which is coming from to is of service, then support. Remember, we are standing here displaying that which is love. If anybody needs a session with me, click the link in my bio, book a session, a one-on-one. I am here for you. If you have just a quick question that you may not want to spend some money for to book the session for, DM me and I will answer your question. I will answer your question. If you choose to donate, be as generous as you possibly can be. Click the link in the bio and donate as much as you possibly can if it serves. But what we always say about donations is do not donate anything to me if I haven't provided service for you. If you simply give me money because you sound cool, I will give it back. Donate if I actually served for you, if you see it as so. Click the link in the bio, you'll see that. If you understand that what is being distributed from us is of peace, we have a song that is for stopping the holy war titled Puppets. Click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's music page and listen to the first song, Puppets. If you want to watch all of our teachings and watch the very, very powerful 7-day eclipse live that we went on from April 1st to April 7th, click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance. You can watch that completely for free. 16 hours. I dedicated 16 hours of teaching you information that dark beings and Arcturians and Pleiadians and Syrians understand. 16 hours. For free. Now, also understand that if you are interested in really being a part of a unionization, for the dark has an agenda, therefore we shall have a plan. We must be unified. Unionization. That is the only way we are going to come together. When we actually come together. If you are literally interested in coming together as a union, like, certain tribes of old did, like the unionization in the 60s were, if you always wanted a spirit family, know you are a part of one. And realize that by DMing me. If you really are a part of this light and you're saying, I'm really serious about the light, Nadiie, I'm willing to support you. I'm willing to guide you with wisdom. I'm willing to exchange wisdom with you. I'm willing to exchange energy. We're willing to exchange material. We're willing to exchange because you're never going to build a society if we all don't support each other financially, mentally, lovingly, spiritually. That is a fact. Every other culture and man knows this. You have to support one another financially, mentally, physically, lovingly, and spiritually in order for you to have a true community. If you are really serious about this, DM me. Type 33 in the DM after this live, after this Sacred Sunday service, and I'll give you our free 3-day course. Now, when you do the 3-day course, that is the initiation for you to be able to access the mystery school. Yes, you can click the link in my bio and join our mystery school. There's the free version, which you won't be able to see the sacred information. You'll see updates. Then you have the version that you can pay for. We're very transparent with all of you. That has a wealth of information that we know we can't say in public. There's certain things that we can't say in public, but we're saying it there. Do not give me any money if you haven't done the free 3-day course. Because if you aren't willing to dedicate at least 3 days to God, why are you trying to join a mystery school? Why are you trying to liberate the world if you can't dedicate at least 3 days to God? If you're really interested, DM me 33 and I'll DM me your 33, right? I'll talk to you and then we'll be able to email you the 3-day course for free. You do the 3-day course, very powerful information. And then, boom, you're able to come in our mystery school and we can really talk about love and how we can liberate the planet. Alrighty, y'all. We got that. Everybody got that, right? It all makes sense for everybody, understand? That all makes sense? Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense. Type 33s in the chat if what we said makes sense. Type 33s in the chat if what we said makes sense. Remember, we have to support each other financially. We have to support each other mentally. We have to support each other physically, spiritually, and lovingly. That is how the light continues this. Nobody wants to work physical jobs on earth anymore. No one wants to play the game. No one wants to play these games. So we must all come together, because if we all come together, we're here. I'm going to answer this question, everybody. And then we're going to start up something that we haven't started up before. We did a quick Secret of the Soul where we actually had people come up. We actually had people come up and talk with us. So we're going to do that again. But we're going to answer this. It's 2 questions. We have one question that says, it was something like, isn't 33 a Freemasonry? And then you have another question, why 33? Just curious. What you must understand about the Freemasons is the Freemasons, they got their information from the light. And what they like to do is mass manipulate. See, one technique that the dark does effortlessly, they do this very, very well. They will hide truth behind dark things. And then what they'll do is they'll put actual dark things around the truths that they hidden within the dark things. For example, there's a dark book somewhere that actually has a very powerful technique that Jesus used. But because it's a dark book, no one is going to pick it up. And because there's legit dark things around that particular technique, no one really ain't going to pick up that book. So what they'll do is like this. Coming back to life. Right? Resurrection. There's a technique to resurrect just like Yeshua. Not the way that other people do it. I'm talking about the way where you take your physical body with you. That is a Christ-level resurrection. That technique is in a dark book somewhere. But they surrounded that very godlike technique with very nasty things. So you have people that aren't disciplined enough to grab those dark books, skip past everything else, and find out this is what Yeshua did. Freemasons do that, especially with 33. 33 is a master number. It's a number of Christ consciousness. For they say Yeshua resides. There's very powerful pastors that were once warlocks that know this information. Some of y'all might know who this person is. It was a very, very powerful pastor. But he was once a warlock, a very powerful warlock. He was telling his story of how he converted to Christianity. Some of you may know his name. He was a very, very powerful warlock and he converted over to Christianity. You may know his name. His name slips my mind, for the name matters not, the frequency does. But if you know the name, type it in the chat. He was even saying that when he astral projected and stuff like that, he understood the power of the third heaven. For the third heaven is where Jesus resides, not Joel Osteen. That was actually hilarious. That is actually funny. I said a warlock that was powerful turned into a Christian. You said Joel Osteen. What? You are actually funny. Like, even though I've been seeing your jokes. You've been making me chuckle, but I gotta stay. But that one was actually funny. I like, bravo, bravo. There's something called the third heaven, and that's where we know Yeshua resides. The number of 3 is very, very powerful. But what the Freemasons do is, that the highest tier in the Freemasonry is 33. What they do is they manipulate the light to try to bend it to their will. Freemasons only exist in the 3rd dimension. They don't exist in the 4th dimension and higher, because they only have power and illusion, because the whole Freemasonry is of illusion. It's all of illusion. It's all of twisting. For any dark technique that you see, a light version came first. For God is always first. Simply, God is. So if you see any form of spirituality, any form of miracle that is dark, don't instantly bash the technique. Even if it's dark and it's causing mayhem around, don't bash it. Go in your mind's eye and look at it as God would see it and say, what is the light version of that? God, or all you would say is just prayer. God, guide me to seeing this technique that is being distributed in the way that you intended for it. And you'll be able to see, okay, if he does it like this and that hurts people, if you do it like this, that loves. Is that why death comes in 3s? No. The coming in 3 is just it's fictitious. It's a fallacy that the collective consciousness brought forth. For transitioning comes not in 3s. For there's no such thing as what you call death. It doesn't exist. It's not so. It comes not at all. Source is 1. So understand that Freemasons, all they do is twist knowledge. That's why a lot of Freemasons, you remember somebody just said the Freemasons already know this. That's proof. Freemasons know about light stuff and dark stuff. They know about some of the most powerful light stuff and the most powerful dark stuff. Why is that? The reason why Freemasons know about the most powerful light stuff and the most powerful dark stuff is because to have the most powerful dark stuff, you have to do the most powerful light stuff. So when you have a master like Jesus choose to transcend at the age of 33, when you have another Christ conscious being aligned with the frequency of 33, when you understand that we choose to resonate at the 3rd heaven, when you understand the power of 3, then you understand the power of 3. But when you are in the 3rd dimension, you have some beings that want to manipulate that power to rule over people. And that's where you have the Freemasons. That's why a lot of Hollywood is filled with Freemasons. But Hollywood is crumbling, so the dark doesn't really, mean anything. So now what we're going to do is something very, very interesting. So all the people, right? All the people, bro, this isn't true. I'm a master mason. We are good men trying to be better men. Listen. Interpret not what we said as bashing that which is the Freemasons. We simply said the Freemasons know about the light, the highest, not just the light. We say the highest light techniques. In order to be one that does the highest light techniques, you have to be in the highest light. Logical, my brother. We're not saying the Freemasons is bad. But what we're not ignoring is that there are Freemasons that utilize them high light techniques and manipulate them for the dark. That we will not ignore. And that is not exclusive to Freemasonry. There are Christians that do this, the Crusades. There are Muslims that do this, the religious wars. There are spiritual people that do this. Trying to impose their will on people, scamming people. Trying to ask for your money but not actually changing lives. So let's not put all blame and fault on just Freemasons because most of the Freemasons that people know are the Freemasons that's in Hollywood causing a muck and messing everything up. Don't do that weird Muslim thing that's like that Americans do, that just because one Muslim quote unquote did something, now all of them are bad. No. That's American propaganda. Muslims are good people. All religions, they have good people. All cultures have good people. Everybody has good people. Freemasons have good people. Angels have good people. Even in your stories, you say there are nasty angels and light angels. Everyone has their fair share. Everyone has their fair share of what's nasty and what's not, so nasty. But what we aren't going to ignore is very powerful people in Hollywood hurting people in the name of Freemasonry. What we're not going to ignore is people going to the Freemason, meetups, very famous people. And we know this because a lot of the people that are like the leaders of the Freemason, like the host of certain Freemason meetups, they have Instagrams and stuff. They might not have a lot of followers, but I mean, the one that comes off the top of my head was Young Thug. I remember he was at one. There was some other people that were at one too. They post them. They show them. They're like, yeah, new person in the Freemasons. And then you see what they promote. All I'm saying is this. This is all I'm saying. Please explain how the Masons... Ooh. Yes. Thayer. I love this, Thayer. Thayer. What you're doing is very masterful. Instead of bashing me, Thayer, this is... Everybody notice what Thayer just did. Instead of bashing me and hating, he just asked a question. Ask a question if you don't understand it. Don't go straight to hate. That's how I know Thayer is a light worker. Even if he doesn't consciously call himself that. That's how I know he's really of the soul. He said, how? Please explain why the Masons have anything to do with the light, let alone the highest light. Because any technique that you see in darkness that these beings use, there's always a light version that came first. Every technique. Every technique. And this is how we're going to do this. Type 33s in the chat if you know God is all there is. If you believe and you transmit your belief into faith and your faith into knowingness, you no longer believe nor have faith. Type 33s if you no longer believe nor have faith and you just know in God. Type 33s now. Type 33s if you know. I don't believe in God. I don't have faith in God, for I know in God. Continue to type 33s. Continue to type 33s if you know God is everything. Okay? Continue to type 33s if you know God is all. Continue to type 33s if you understand God came first. Continue to type 33s if you know God just is. So there really ain't no first or ending. God ain't come first. God can't be destroyed. God was just always there. You know, in your life, I usually say God is just always there. You know the saying, won't he do it? Y'all all established that, right? If God came first, then that means everything comes out of God. Well, then if everything comes out of God, God's child, that means every technique came from God. Well, if God is of light and God is of love, then that means every technique, no matter how far left it went, it started off with God. Therefore, every Freemason that chooses to utilize dark stuff, every warlock or priest or any spiritual person or any person of religion that chooses to utilize dark stuff, they first had to recognize that it was of the light and practice the light version first. For the dark comes not first. The dark comes not first. The light does. Therefore, you have to learn about the light to understand the dark. And you don't have to learn about the dark. You can just be of the light. And that's what we say. You don't need to be of dark, because what does it give you? Nothing. Just be a loving person. Does that make sense, everybody? Say yes or no if that makes sense. Being a loving person. You don't have to do the dark stuff. You can be a good... If you want to be a Freemason, that's fine. But be a good Freemason. and call out the other Freemasons that's not being good Freemasons. If you want to be a good Christian, be a good Christian. Live like Jesus and call out all the other Christians that will not allow other religions in God's home. For God accepts all. If you want to be a good Native American, be a good Native American. No matter what, if you want to be a good warlock, be a good warlock. What does that even mean? Do your warlock stuff, but at the end of the day, go to God. Because God cares not about the destination. Because there is no destination. You remember how we said God cares not about the journey, only the destination. Now we're giving you a deeper layer. God doesn't even care about the destination. For heaven is a place with no destination. Because it's not a place that you go to. It's not a place that you go to, it's a place that you are. God's domain is a place that you are, not a place that you go to. So you can just be loving. Detroit Red became Malcolm X. The thuggish, ruggish Nadiie became the son of Source. It's possible for us to transcend. Go to your Apple Music, your YouTube, your Spotify, type in Nadiie and listen to BSV1, my first album. I'm talking spicy, profanity. The Son of God is talking like that. Then listen to my latest album, Why We Fear. I literally start the album off, heaven is in the place so distant for the miracle resides in you. Let the world tell it, they will never allow me to become this. Let God tell it, my child, anybody can evolve. Yes, it's possible for anybody to be good, no matter where you are. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, click the link in the bio, book a session. If you know, I have, I can't say that. You almost got me, the Don Dada. Y'all almost said something. But what I will say is I have a particular bloodline. I am part of a particular bloodline. I'm a part of a particular bloodline, and those know what I'm talking about. I am part of a particular bloodline. That's how I was able to do miracles and stuff as a kid. That's how I was able to astral project by the age of 7, because I'm of a particular bloodline. Can't say too much, because if I start saying that, the live might start messing up. Because I did that before, I slipped it in a little bit, and the live started messing up. So I'm not even going to mention that. Alrighty, everybody. For all of the ones that ever wanted to speak with me, we're going to have a podium, right? And it's going to be one at a time. Because remember, all of this was for understanding that Nadiie is not just the master here. Nadiie is not just the master here. You are all masters. I don't want disciples in this life anymore. I don't. I need everybody to see that they're masters. Therefore, everybody, what do you believe? I don't have belief or faith. I know. I know in something called source. How do I know in something called source? Because source rests within me. If I know myself, which I do, I know that which is source. Well, who am I? I am one that is here to give you that which is. Will you teach me more, or will I teach me more? Either way, that statement was the same thing, for we are one. Will you teach me more? If you need a one-on-one session with me, Young Flex, click the link in the bio, book a one-on-one session. If you have just a quick question or something like that, DM me and I'll answer your quick question. But know that we go live every Friday and every Sunday, 8 a.m. And periodically we'll drop in doing something called Secrets of the Soul, which we go live 20 minutes. And yes, you can get this information. All the other lives that we've ever had, click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance, and you'll be able to watch all of those lives for free. Everybody, make it a part of your day or your week to go click the link in the bio, click Nadiie Black's guidance, and at least if you don't want to watch anything else, watch the 16 hours of day 1 through day 7 for the mastery course for the eclipse. Because on day 3 we literally gave you a technique to do miracles. And people are in the comments, it's working. Oh my gosh, my head is vibrating. My hands is lighting up. My hands is vibrating. People were texting me, DMing me. It's working. I'm not saying this stuff is working. The people are saying it's working. I'm not going to argue with you. If you say it works, it works. And if a lot of people are saying it works, it must work. Also, click the link in the bio, click Nadiie Black's music page, and listen to the song Puppets. That song literally stops the holy war. We're about to start up panels! Panels! If you had something to say and you wanted to say it to Nadiie, panels are here for you and me. All right? But I'm not going to be the one to... This is not going to be a back and forth between you and me. You're going to look at the Mastery Course for the Beyond, religion or spirituality, and you're going to say which you're on and why you're on it. And explain how it benefited your life. Lovingly, everybody. Bridging. Let's start this up. I told you I was going to do this in the lives. I said we was eventually going to do this. I'm a man of my word. Okay? Okay. Go live. Panel. Allow requests from viewers. Yes. All right. If any of you are able to send invites, let me know. But I know what I'm most likely going to have to change. Get ready. Everybody get ready. We're starting up these panels. If I switch it to this, does it work? Guest. I want this one. Hold on. Alrighty. Now, I know some people just sent invites, but now send a invite. Now send a invite if you want to join the live. And remember, you're not going to be just speaking to me, religion or spirituality, and you're going to explain which one you're on and why you're on it. Send an invite. You'll be able to join the live. I might actually, yes, I'll just make it panel, fixed panel. That makes it easy. All right, everybody. Type 33s in the chat if y'all see the panel. Type 33s in the chat if y'all see the panel. All right, everybody. Type 33s in the chat if y'all see the panel. All righty. Remember, fear not. I am not intimidating. I promise you. I am very, very loving. We are all very, very loving. The ground rules, okay? Ground rules. No one speaks over one another. 1. No one argues with one another. If you intentionally speak over one another, intentionally argue with one another, you're getting kicked out and you have to send the invite because we always will allow you back in, but you're going to go in the back of the line for the people that can follow the rules. No speaking over one another, no arguing with one another, and lastly, be loving, be broad, loving. Don't bash another. Even if you don't agree with any particular religion or form of thought, you are smart. You can say certain words that aren't very hurtful. Okay? You can say words that aren't hurtful. You don't have to say Christians are stupid and this is stupid and that's stupid. You don't have to do all of that. You could just say, I don't necessarily agree with it. Or you can just say, we agree to disagree. Alrighty, y'all. Start sending your invites. Who wants to join the panel to talk about religion or spirit? You don't gotta have, your face on the screen. If you want to, that's fine, but you don't have to. Right now, these are good and easy rules to follow. Yes. Don't speak over one another. Don't argue, and be loving. Remember, we have feelings. We all have feelings. Right? It's okay to have civilized conversations, and we can agree to disagree. And if you do so choose to talk to somebody else, tell them, "May I speak with you?" Say it like that. All right. Let's see who wants to join in. Let's see, interact. Is it not share? Let's see who wants to join up. Guest. Who wants to come up? I see one. Come on, y'all. Don't be scared. I see one. All righty, we got Battle Axe. Battle Axe, go on mute. We got the first one, Battle Axe. Go on mute. Who's the next person? Do we have a second? Do we have a second to talk about that, which is religion or spirituality? Do we have a second? Do I got a second like time, but we're timeless. Do I have a second for someone to join the panel? Join the panel? Who wants to join the panel? That which is religion or spirituality you shall speak of. In a very loving way, not talking over one another, not arguing. Who else wants to join? Who else wants to join? We have awakened. We got two. Now we have three. Can we get three? Someone who wants to join the panel, may we have three. Three, like 33s. Who else wants to join the panel? Be okay. All is fine. Oh, we done had a timeout. Come back in if you need to, man. We're back at one. Can I get two? Who wants to come in and talk about God? Who's serious about that which is spirituality? Who wants to just drop a light bar and then bounce and book and boogie? Let us know now. One more person join up. Don't be shy. Be the master you are. Come on, y'all. Let's see who wants to come up. You know, you had some people that were so interested in the things that we had to say. Well, I want to hear your stance. Yes, the Don Dada. I would love to hear your stance, the Don Dada. Join us, the Don Dada. I would love to hear you. Who else? Morella. I would love to hear you, Morella. I would love to hear you too. Oh, we got Icy. We have three. All righty, everybody. Okay. We got three. Three or more people are very powerful as it pertains to any particular thing. I'm in the you said I'm shy. I'm in the PJs of the LO, I'm shy. Alrighty. So we got three. Now, okay, Young Flex, how can I get better health? That's a very broad question. So you will have to DM me why you're asking the question, and I will give you a detailed explanation. If it's something that it requires more than that, you're gonna have to book a session. But I'm notorious for sending very long paragraphs to people that are very detailed. So just DM me that, because that's a very broad question. I just can't say what will make you better health if I don't know what your already existing health concerns are. All right, so we got two people on the panel. Okay. How we're gonna do this is it won't let me join because it says I have to have live access to join. Guess. Okay, just DM me. Young Flex, don't allow the system to get in the way of the light. All right, so how we're gonna do this, everybody? The people on the panel, anybody that chooses, remember you can still see your invites and stuff. If you're really serious about displaying that which is the light, part of being a Christ conscious being is the vocalization. For the throat chakra is in alignment with the Christ frequency. For Christ speaks the word of God. Remember they say the word of God, the word of God, the word. Where do words come from? Your mouth. Being in the Christ frequency is the vocalization of God. So everybody in the panel, we're going to start off with awaken, right? So first you introduce yourselves, and then as a reminder, you're either going to explain why you're of religion or why you're of spirituality. You're going to explain the benefits of either, whichever one you are. Talk about your story, and wherever God tells you after that, you go. We're going to try to limit the conversations to, maybe about 3 minutes per person. So we'll be keeping an eye on it, 3 minutes. I'll give you, alarms. 30 seconds left. I'll do little stuff like that to kind of remind you to wrap it up. We want to keep it fair for everybody to, hear. Alrighty? All right. If y'all are ready for this panel about religion or spirituality, type 33s in the chat right now. And everybody hold space for awakened. Type 33s in the chat right now if you're ready for this discussion, this classy, light working discussion about religion or spirituality. Remember, we told y'all it's about bringing everyone together. It's not about just being in a master role saying, give me money or listen to my teachers or listen to my music or da-da-da-da. It's not about that. It's about understanding that we are all masters and I am a mirror. I simply am a mirror. If nothing else, I'm a mirror. Type 33s in the chat if you're ready for this. Type 33s in the chat if you're ready for this. I see a few 33s. Are y'all ready? Yeah, are you getting your footing together? Are you getting your footing together? Okay, I see another one. I see another one. I see another one. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Awakened. Whenever you are ready, you may unmute your mic. Religion or spirituality? Who are you? This is very, very interesting.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Peace.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Everybody
good.
here? Everybody here? Say yes in the chat if you hear her. I'm going mute.
Okay, so I'm more for spirituality, and the reason being is that I've been a religious person all my life, and I think for me, spirituality is freer. You know, I'm able to use my own thoughts instead of thoughts that have been fed to me by people I don't know and interpreted to me by people that see things differently from what I see. For me, spirituality is not as judgmental as I found religion to be. Even when speaking with people that are still really deep into religion, I find that often they can be very harsh towards people who no longer believe in that particular religious affiliation. When I started practicing spirituality, I found more peace. And I learned a lot of things about me that I never paid attention to. So that's another reason why I'm really, really into spirituality. And as far as religion went, there was a lot of things I never learned as a religious person. I never learned how to meditate or that meditation was even a thing. I didn't really learn how to pray. You know, every church that I was in, they taught me to pray by begging for what I wanted from God, who was up in the sky, that I was disconnected from. Anything I did, I stood a chance of going to hell if it was something that went against those religious beliefs. I think for me with spirituality, the freedom that it gave me was the fact that nobody's perfect. Everybody's the same. Everything is connected. I don't have to disconnect anything from anything else. I look at life through a different lens now, whereas before it was very restricted. And I don't think life should be so restricted.
Exactly.
I think you should be able to experience and explore life on your own terms without being judged or talked about or beat up or anything like that. So I don't know if my 3 minutes is up, but
You got like 20 more seconds.
oh, okay. So yeah, I there are things in religion that I really like, but there are more things that I dislike. And the more I learn through spirituality, the stronger I become, the more connected I become to the universe, and the more things come my way that I want.
Yes. Very, Very beautiful. Type 33s in the chat if what was distributed through this beautiful soul of God made sense. Type 33s in the chat if what was distributed within this beautiful soul for us, by us, for we're all one. We're like galactic FUBU. All of us is one. You know, it's for us, by us. We're galactic FUBU. Now you see, right? What we love about this is Nadiie has a way of particularly explaining things, and everyone else has their own way of explaining things. But what's so beautiful is somehow, some way, it all connects. Her voice and soul is very warm, soothing, nurturing. If some things Nadiie said may not resonate, I can guarantee you if she says it, it'll resonate. The truth is the truth no matter what. But also know that all of us as individuals are a part of this conglomerate of what we call the light. All right, Ice Keyboard Warrior. Ice Keyboard, you're that light warrior. You want to introduce yourself. Are you on the religion or spiritual side? You know.
Me, I can't classify myself as either side. Oh, by the way, I'm Icy Keyboard. I'm a deist. I don't really classify myself as religious or spiritual, because, but the point that I kind of just want to like explain my experience with both sides of the coin, and I guess talk about why I don't think that there should be like this, I guess, staunch dichotomy between these two things, and people should be more open about explaining where the limits of their religious and spiritual beliefs led them. But I'm an ex-Christian personally. Uh, I'm now a deist, but before that, I was deconstructing my faith through spirituality in more minor ways. And I remember that for a very long time, even as I was not a, self-proclaimed Christian, I still held a lot of beliefs like God doesn't like this, or God decreed this. And just looking at this now as someone who's completely deconstructed from religion, I think that the idea that God is something that's separate from us and also something that's, commanding us, it's more personification of something that is greater than us, while making it into a person is doing exactly what, we're trying not to do, because we're saying it's something that's greater than us. But that's just my thoughts on it.
Type 33 is in the chat if what was distributed through this child of God made sense. Type 33 is in the chat if what was distributed through this child of God made sense. Type 33 is in the chat if what was distributed through this child of God made sense. You see how even in all walks of life, God reaches all people. That's why it serves for all of us to say not that source resides in one particular place, for source is all. One may not say omnipresent, then say only here. That is a fallacy. That is not of connection. That is of disconnection. It's either source is omnipresent, everywhere, or not present. Source is omnipresent. And as we anchor these terminologies, these forms of integration, know that there is no bashing. Know that we still extend love and helping hand when we need helping hand. If I have to go into a church because someone invited me and they say, may you pray with us, I'll pray with them in the way that they need me to pray. If they want me to say the Lord's Prayer, I'll say the Lord's Prayer. It doesn't matter that I say one of the most powerful prayers is not the Lord's Prayer, and one of the most powerful prayers is, God, guide me to sing as you see. By my name I affirm this, and so it is. It doesn't matter that I think that. Right now, it's not about what the vessel is. It's about what the bridge is. The bridge. How can I bridge between that which is what they call spirituality, or what we call the beyond, everything beyond, or everything that's here? Thank you. Can I get some emojis in the chat? Let's give a quick round of applause for these brave souls for coming up on the panel. Because public speaking is a little jarring. Let's show some love. We love you. We love you. We love you. Ashe, ashe, yo. Neek seeks and eat seek. That means yes, I am grateful and seek seeker. Neek seeks and eat seek. We are grateful. Let's get some round of applause for y'all brave souls for coming up. Thank you. Let's see some emojis. Round of applause. Hey, yes, I want to see all of that. The way Jesus said to pray is the best and only way to communicate with God directly. If that's what you say, yes, so it is so. We're not here to combat you, God's child. Michael, son of God, we're not here to combat you. If that's what you feel is so. Even if I say in my reality, I know that's not the only way, because our realities is based out of our own construction. The moment you say this is the only way, it's the only way. Who am I to impose my power on a reality that my power isn't useful in? Your reality is your reality. Therefore, you are the commander of your reality. No other person can impede upon your reality. Side note, possession ain't real. Side note, possession ain't real. The only power people have is that which you're willing to give them. And understand that, yes, we have our agreeances in what you're saying, but we also have that which is beyond. Thank you, my distinguished panel. We are very, very grateful for you. Thank you, God's distinguished panel. Finally, ba ba ba. It's fun. This is very, very fun. Alrighty, everybody. We are so very grateful. So very grateful. You see, it all makes sense. You see how everything ties together. Let's see if y'all paid attention. The miracle brings you back to what? What does the miracle bring you back to? What number does the miracle bring you back to? Type it in the chat. Type the answer in the chat. What number does the miracle bring you back to? What number does the miracle bring you back to? Type the answer in the chat. We'll do a multiple choice. Is it A, 1, B, 2, 3 for C, or 0 for D? What number does the miracle bring you back to? 1, 2, 3, or 0? Let me see in the comments. What does the miracle? I see some answers. Hold on, I think I got it. What does the miracle bring you back to? 1, 2, 3, or 0? Let me see some people. Let me see. What does the miracle bring you back to? 1, 2, 3, or 0? Let's see some with the answer. Let's see if anybody else has the answer. One more person. The miracle brings you back to Jesus. That's actually hilarious. It's not wrong, it's just hilarious. I hopped on after you talked about this, so I don't know. I'll meet you where you are. 3. That's a smart answer. The miracle brings you back to 0. The miracle doesn't give anything, it undoes. Why? The world constricts and holds on to things so tightly. When you hug someone very hard, what happens? It hurts. The miracle undoes and lessens the grip the world has. It brings you to 0 and says, choose again. If you hurt your foot whilst you are on a walk at mile 1, the miracle will teleport you back into the house before you left to go on your walk and say, before you leave, you have a choice to go straight like you went before, left, right, up, down, in, or without. The miracle, remember, brings you to 0 and says, what? Choose again. The miracle gives you nothing. People that may say the miracle gives you something, they don't know what a miracle actually is. The miracle brings you to 0 and says, what? Choose again. The miracle brings you back to 0 and says, what? Let me hear it in the comments. The miracle brings you back to 0 and says, what? What does the miracle bring you back to? What does the miracle ask you of? Yes, 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 aware mama. Who else? The miracle brings you back to 0 and says, what? Let me see it in the comments. Let me see the answers in the comments. Type the answers in the comments. The miracle brings you back to what? 0 and says, what? Choose again. Exactly. For you are never stuck. That's one of the reasonings the miracle operates in this way. To remind you, no matter what you choose, you're never stuck. You're never stuck in eternal abundance, and you're never stuck in eternal damnation. Again, the miracle says you'll never be stuck in eternal abundance if you don't want that. And you'll never be stuck in eternal damnation if you don't want that. There's a choice. If you are experiencing abundance and you only want this abundance, then don't choose anything other than that which is that abundance. If you are in that which is damnation, suffering, and you want something different, allow the miracle to reset your life to choose something different. Sometimes you gotta leave relationships, leave family members, leave friends, leave jobs, leave houses, leave areas, leave environments. Sometimes you have to leave states of consciousness. Sometimes you have to leave thoughts, leave arguments, leave pain. Sometimes you have to leave these things because the miracle takes you away. It's the great taketh away. That is what the miracle is. So you are experiencing miracles when you exit a situation. That is a miracle. When you left that toxic relationship, you experienced a miracle. When you left that toxic job, you experienced a miracle. When you left that toxic environment, you experienced a miracle. When you stopped thinking those same thoughts and you left those thoughts, you undo those thoughts, that is the miracle. When you say, I'm going to embrace that which is love and choice, power in my choice, that is miracle. That's a fact. That's simply what the miracle is. And what people must understand about religion and spirituality is religion teaches spirituality, but spirituality exists by itself. Exactly, aware mama. We always have choice. Again, religion teaches spirituality, and spirituality exists by itself. Because religion teaches spirituality, you're not going to come up to me and say that there's no truth in religion. That is a fallacy. It teaches spirituality, therefore there are some truths in religion. But religion is made by man, so there are an overwhelming amount of man-made things. And what do we know about man-made things, y'all? They don't last forever. Man-made things don't last forever. That's a fact. Can we all just agree on that, right? Type 33s if we can agree on man-made things don't last forever. Type 33s if we can all agree. We all have cars, right? Cars break down. GMO foods, they get moldy. Even the McDonald's fake stuff, they take nasty after a while. Type 33s if you understand that man-made things do not last forever. Only that which is the light, only that which is God lasts forever. For man says life and death, cycles, beginning and ending. God says eternal. Type 33s if that makes sense. Man-made things does not last forever, for to be a man is to be one who subscribes in the ever cycle of life and transitioning. Being that which is the light, being that of God, is understanding that all is everlasting. That is why man-made things don't last forever. Therefore, religion won't last forever because religion is made by man. Religion is structures created by man. Yes, through the guidance of God. But the guidance of God is now being filtered through man. Also, when were these religions created? Hundreds and thousands of years ago, right? What were the rights and laws of those particular times? What was the state of the collective consciousness? This is something that we're not bashing, no. This is something that's just an actual fact. People were slaying each other in the name of whatever. People were pillaging villages and burning whole villages in the name of whatever. Not one particular religion, all of them was doing it. If they wasn't bashing physically, they were mentally bashing, emotionally bashing. You're going to go here if you don't do this. You're going to go here if you don't do that. Let's not act like it was all peaches and cream when religion was formed. And let's not act like the people in that time frame that was creating the religions didn't give women any rights, didn't give these people any rights, didn't have slaves themselves. Let's not act like that wasn't a thing. Let's not act like it. Because this the fallacies that some people have regarding you can be of a religion and still know the histories. You can say, yes, my religion was terrible when it was starting out, but it turned out to be something beautiful. Say that. Don't just say my religion has always been beautiful, because that's a lie. That is a lie. And we don't deal with hypocrisy. It's even in Christianity, Yeshua's main thing he doesn't deal with is hypocrisy. Don't come up to Yeshua saying Christianity and this religion and Islam and this religion didn't go through wars, didn't slay one another, didn't pillage villages, didn't do any of this in the name of whatever. But what we can say on the same breath is, yes, it started there, but it evolved into something of peace. In that same breath, we can say, yes, these religions started here, but they evolved in something of peace. You see the balance there. The balance is one who is not of a hypocrite. But just to say that your religion has always been the way, that's a fallacy. Because if you say your religion has always been the way, then you are literally alluding to it being okay to war with one another. You're literally alluding to it being okay to pillage villages and do nasty things to women and kids, because that's what they did. The foundations, the history, the root is that. So to move past, to heal a wound, you must expose it. If I put ointment and bandages over my shirt when the wound is underneath the shirt, guess what? I'm still hurting and an infection might happen. I have to move the shirt, expose the wound to heal it. Yes, religion started off terrible, doing terrible things to women, kids, and villages, slaying one another. But they got past it, and they evolved into something of peace. That is called exposing the wound. But acting like your religion wasn't a part of atrocities is crazy. Literally insane. You accept it and say, but look at us now. For anybody can evolve. Religion in its most symbolic eye is very powerful. Religion in the symbolic eye is extremely powerful, because in a symbolic eye, it says the dark can be resurrected. That's what religion is in its most symbolic eye. The dark can be resurrected. Yes, they did things that was atrocities, but now they're feeding kids, they're healing the world, they're having shelters for people. They're doing, yes, the dark can evolve. But also note that religion teaches spirituality, and spirituality exists by itself. So just go to the source. And then when you understand spirituality, you understand the beyond. And you understand you need not label spiritual or religion. Just say, that's what God is. God ain't a label, God ain't a name, God is. God is. Type 33s in the chat if that makes sense right now. Type 30. If this makes sense, God is not a label, not spirituality, not religion, not Allah, not Great Central Sun, not this, not that. These are all human labels. You're not going to tell me that a human word that a human made is the same verb as that an angel is going to be using as it pertains to talking to God. You're not going to sit here and tell me that an egotistical man said God. said Allah, said Great Central Sun, said these human words, and those are going to be the same words that angels use, beings, ascended masters in the realms of heaven are going to use as it pertains to God. It's not. I guarantee you they're going to call God something completely different. I guarantee you it's going to be just a presence. The presence of God. So get in the idea of losing descriptions. Remember, everybody, if you're really, really, really serious about this life. Oh, the Don Dada. Why can't you admit what you are if you're Persian? Don Dada, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not Persian. I have a particular I'll give you another hint. I have a particular bloodline of a particular revered master. Let's just say it like that. Me and a particular revered master are related. That's all I'm saying. Now, what we must anchor is this love. So if you're really serious, if you want to book a one-on-one session with me, click the link in the bio. You can click book a session if you need something that's more personal. If you have just a question that I can't get to that's very descriptive, just DM me. I'm okay with answering a question, and I'm known for sending breakup texts, like length paragraphs of detailed. Oh, I'm gonna hit all angles, no Diddy, of this particular question for you to experience the light. Yes, I know how to joke as well. Be free. It's fun. Have fun. If you have a particular question and it's just a question that you just need answers for, you don't necessarily need a session, ask the question. But if you know, oh Diddy, if you know you need some really one-on-one time, you want some tangible techniques, if you know that a session would be useful and you want the secrets in this book, what did Nadiie write in this book? His journeying, my fasting experiences, what I was experiencing when I was getting spiritually attacked, all of that is written in this book. If you want actual one-on-one information, tangible techniques and all of that, book a session with me. Click the link in the bio and book a session. If you just have a question that's boomerang, like, how do I read my aura? Something small like that, I will tell you just enough before we get to the techniques, because with the techniques, we have to be on Zoom together and I have to show you live how it works. If you're listening to music and you know music is powerful, for Bob Marley showed us that, understand that this is the Son of Source. We make very, very powerful, loving music. Click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's music page, listen, stream, share the song called Puppets. Click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's music page, and share the song called Puppets. Also, when you click the link in my bio, you'll see Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. You would see that those links guide you directly to me and my brother's latest album called Why We Fear. Fear is an acronym standing for Find Everyone and Rise. Literally one of the most powerful albums you would ever listen to. Their music changes. One of my favorite songs on Why We Fear, and that the album Why We Fear is out everywhere. Every streaming service. Is it out on this streaming service? Yes. Nadiie Black. Nadiie Black. Why We Fear. Listen to the whole album. One of my favorite albums that I've made because it was channeled directly from source. One of my favorite songs on that album is called Hey Mama. The hook is, I don't need the money, I don't want the fame, I just need my mama, that would never change. Hey mama, mama, hey mama, mama, hey. Hey mama, mama, hey mama, mama, hey. Might get that tatted for respect. This bird flew out the nest. To hear the rest, go listen to Why We Fear. Click the link in the bio, click Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you go to, it will take you directly to the album Why We Fear. Music liberates. The dark uses music for its agenda. If you want things to change, support the change. Don't gatekeep the light. Don't gatekeep Nadiie. Share Nadiie for the world. Share the music. Share the teachings. Don't share the name Nadiie. Share the teachings of it. Don't say Nadiie, this teacher, come to his live every Friday, every Sunday, 8 a.m. Don't say that. Say, listen, I'm going to drop some knowledge on you, buddy boy. This, deep knowledge. And when you get stuck, say, all right, listen to this master. He's very, very powerful. This is one of the ways of the remembrance that distributed through me. Okay? Yes. Understand that if you really feel very, very loving and you feel moved by this, we accept donations. You click the link in the bio, you'll be able to donate. You'll see a donation link. Be as generous as you possibly can with the donations. For the more that we donate, the more that we support each other, I can dedicate more and more time to this. I already dedicated hundreds and hundreds of hours, but I can even go more. We can take this to the next level. Don't be as generous with your donations. Click the link in the bio. You can donate. All of the donations are for the support of this, all of this, making this better, all of this better, expanding this, reaching this to as many people as possible. All of your donations will use that energy to spread the light as far as we possibly can. So be generous with your donations. Click the link in the bio. You see the donation link. If you want to need a one-on-one session with me, click the link in the bio. Book a session with me. If you just have a question that you necessarily don't need to pay a whole session for, just DM me your singular question and I'll answer your singular question. If the question is too deep, I'll answer it just enough before we get to techniques, because some techniques you have to see with your own eyes. Yes, I will show you how to do certain miracles one-on-one when you book a session. Now, I am very grateful. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a panel one more time, try to get two more people. We only need three people. Three or more people is very, two or more really is powerful, but three or more is really powerful. We're going to open up the panel again. It's going to be about religion or spirituality. Which one do you choose? Which one was you raised with? Which one are you in now? The three rules is: do not talk over one another, do not argue, and be of love. If you don't agree with one particular thing, you could just say, I don't agree with it. You don't have to say this is stupid, that religion is stupid, that group of people is stupid, because it gets us nowhere. It's about bridging. This is a call for all of religion and all of spirituality to just come together, because that's how God is. God is a as you are party. That's what God throws the best parties, the as you are parties. You could be homeless, you can stink, you can look good, you can look nasty, you can look fly, you can look walk. You can look any way you want. You can live any way you want. And somehow, some way, there's still a place for you in God. We're going to open these panels up one more time and we get two or more people. Be courteous, loving. Up to discuss that which is spiritual or that which is religious. Then we'll conclude with our native prayer. And then we'll continue on sharing the music, because y'all said y'all like the light. You're going to share that. You're going to click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's music, listen to Puppets, the song Puppets, share that, Nadiie Black music page. Then you're going to book a session if you need a session, or ask a question in the DM if you just have a singular question and you don't necessarily need a full session. And if you are feeling generous, if I really supported you, don't send me anything if I haven't supported you. Don't even send TikTok donations if I haven't actually supported you. If you want to donate, click the link in the bio, click donate, and all of that will be for this, so I can focus all my energy on this. Not just a nice chunk, because I do a nice chunk, but we can do way more when everything just comes from the teachings. Let's open up this grid. Let's do this. Fixed panel. All righty. Remember, religion or spirituality. Stay for the native prayer towards the end. We always reel it into the prayer. But if you wanted to drop in to explain, I'm of religion or I'm of spirituality. If you're serious about your religion, if you're serious about God and your religion, if you want to talk about your religion and how it supported you, or you want to talk about spirituality and how it supported you, you're open. You're open to accept that which is this abundance, that which is this light. Let's see if anybody wants to say anything. Everyone is aligned with 3 minutes of dialogue, but it doesn't have to be 3 minutes. You can just drop in, say hi. Just want to say hi to everybody. Love. You can drop in. Let's see. Don't be afraid, everybody. Don't be afraid. Just pop in. Send an invite. Let's see. Let's see if we'll get one person. We are experiencing the mastery course for the beyond. The mastery course for the beyond. This is religion or spirituality. Which one do you choose? Which one aligns with you? Don't bash others, but just who are you? Why did you choose this path? How does the path serve for you? it's funny. I have a story. It's so funny. Like I'll experience some people of the religion. They're so proud and bold with their God, and I love it. And I just want to see that some more. Be proud and bold with what you know, not what you believe in. What you know. Here, everybody here, we don't believe nor have faith in anything. We know. I know in God. I know in love. Let's see. Anybody want to join? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And if you have that which is a philosophy or an integrity or form of energy that is neither religious nor spiritual, we are gladly open to hear it. Ooh. All right, y'all. Panel going once. Send an invite if you want to join the panel to speak about your light. Panel going twice. Send an invite if you want to join the panel and speak about your light. There we are. We got one.
Hello.
Oh, where, mama? The floor is yours.
So yeah. Hold on. I'm on this. I don't know. Sorry. Okay, so I grew up with religion and Christianity. And then, I went down a path of not so great choices. And then I was brought back in rehab, I was brought back to religion. And I was die hard pretty much. And then it came to my awareness how the Bible was misinterpreted, if you will. And it was changed from something that I don't even think I could speak on here, but it said pretty much don't hurt children. It used to say, and then now it just says you can't be LGBTQ pretty much. And whenever I figured that out, I was like, wow. So everybody who says, religion is man-made, it truly is. And like, who's to say that it's, right or wrong? Because who wrote these stories? Well, then as I go on to my spiritual journey, I have learned that yes, a lot of the things in the Bible is also, like it is very true. Like there are very good points in it. There's a lot of truth in it, I believe. But I have found that for me, spirituality is just so much more freeing. Like whenever I talk to people who are of religion, they are terrified to believe in any other way. They are terrified, and how they said God fearing, and I always felt that was wrong. Like, why should I fear my God? That doesn't feel good to me. I don't want to fear him. I just want to do good. I just want to love. That is something that has constantly been a part of my life, is just love, just the word love. And so like, I feel like with spirituality, I'm allowed to, give space to those who have, other beliefs or downfalls or whatever, what have you. Like anything that is not of my reality, I'm allowed to hold space for them through love and just be like, I love you. Even though you may be making choices that I don't agree with, I love you. And I feel like the difference between religion and spirituality for me is that, like, I can still love you even if you believe in religion or don't believe in any of either, like I can still love and hold space and respect you. Whereas when I was in Christianity, like I was pretty much like made to fear people who didn't, and I just didn't like that. But yeah, that's just my little bit of peace.
Yes, we love it. Everyone, type 33s in the chat. Type 33s in the chat if what was said makes sense. Type 33s in the chat if what was said makes sense. No matter what pathway you choose, There are things that align with us and things that don't align with us. But it's about what feels good. What you truly know is for you and your soul. If it doesn't make sense, ask yourself why. Is it my ego that is confused? Or is my soul knowing that this ain't the way? A lot of the times we would say, the soul is basically in the forefront because my ego is saying, I'm not judging this, I just don't get it. So I'm like, all right, that's my soul is here. There are some things that make sense and some things that don't make sense, but if they don't make sense, you leave. That's what we're saying as it pertains to this experience of religion or spirituality. So everybody, let me get some clapping emojis. Yes, let's get some clapping emojis for Aware Mama. Let's get some clapping emojis in the chat for Aware Mama for standing up and standing for what she knows is true. Let's get some clapping emojis. Let's encourage this behavior. Encourage people to say, listen, stand in your light, fearless, okay? Be who you are fearlessly. Understand that it's okay to stand in your full expression. So we give our clapping emojis, we give our round of applause, we send energy for the people that understand. We send energy and love to the ones that get it. Yes, clapping emojis. Thank you for standing up because we know public speaking can be a little jarring. All right, everybody. You know, in true fashion, thank you because it does scare me to stand in it sometimes. We're very grateful you're pushing through this. That's the master in you. So what does it mean to believe or live in? We neither believe nor have faith for we know. But believing believing is a thought. Belief is a thought. I think, therefore it is of me. That is what belief is. I think, therefore it is of me. Knowing is whether I think or not, the truth is the truth. Belief is something that can be changed and shifted if you get more information. I can change how you believe in certain things, for it's based upon thought. I can give you new thoughts, expanded thoughts that you would say, I didn't look at it that way. The moment you say I didn't look at it that way, your belief is now different. Knowingness is, if I come to you and say, you're a human, right? I come to you, make sure you're a human. No reptilians, right? You're all humans, right? Okay, cool. If I come up to you and you're a human, and I say, you're a bird, but I wholeheartedly believe you're not like I'm derogatory. I literally think you're a bird, beak, feathers, all of that. You're going to look at me up and down and say, what are you talking about? I what? I'm not a bird. I'm not a bird. I know I'm not a bird. If I look at you and say, you don't blink, you're going to look at me up and down and say, I'm blinking. What do you mean I do blink? You know you're blinking. These type of things cannot be rattled. Knowing this is what we move by. Belief is being able to be swayed. Belief is, I think I have all the information, and based on the information that I have, this is who I am. Faith is, I may not have all the information, but I'm going to trust I'm walking in the right direction. Knowingness is the truth, and I am the truth. But you don't get to knowingness until you believe. You don't get to faith until you believe. So it starts off with believing in something. Then you transmute belief into faith. Then you transmute faith into knowingness. Believing is tangible. Faith is what you can't grab and contain like breath. Knowingness is. It is. It simply is. Knowingness operates within the isness. I know who I am. God knows what it is. It asks no questions of itself. God knows what it is. All right. So we have very, very beautiful Very, very beautiful energy moving around today. Let's continue on with our prayers. Remember, click the link in the bio. If you missed, we're going to post this a little later today. Click the link in the bio. Nadiie Blast Guidance is where today's Sacred Sunday service would be, and all of our other services. Hey, peace unto you, Kobe. Understand that you click in Nadiie Blast Guidance, and the link in my bio takes you directly to our YouTube page where you watch all of this for free. Hours upon hours upon hours of free information. And we have a playlist for certain types of information. So it's very, very, very useful. If you want to donate to me, click the link in the bio. You'll be able to donate. All of the donations will be dumped into this so I can only focus on this for my entire life and not have to focus on bringing the light in places that already have the light. Like certain jobs and, corporate offices and stuff like that. God has light workers everywhere. All I have to do is send loving energy to the job and I'm done. But this earth says I have to go there. I don't want to just go there. I want to be here with y'all and teach the light. I want to be here with y'all, so your donations will be very, very appreciated. So click the link in the bio and donate as much as you possibly can. As generous as possible. Also, if you love music, click the link in the bio, click Nadiie Black's music page. You'll see the song Puppets. Share and listen to the song Puppets. Also, you click the link in my bio, you'll see Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. That will take you to my new album that's out on all streaming platforms called Why We Fear. Very powerful album. It has a lot of Bob Marley vibes. Not meaning it's reggae. The energy of Bob Marley was unify, and love. That's what that album will give you. And it's actually good music. You'll say, this music is on par with Kendrick Lamar. This music is on par with Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, J. Cole. This is great music. It's not just spiritual, heebie-jeebie type music. No, I understand how to put the medicine in the candy because that's how you relate to people. What happens if I'm gay and how do I come out because I'm gay? Well, you answered your own question. You just came out. So the how is just come out and do it. Just come out and do it. All God asks of you is show up. That's all God asks of you is show up. I've never went live until April 1st. I only did pre-recorded videos and only held gatherings like this in my home in physicality. Or if you are of the LGBTQ community, or if you are just homosexual and you're not of the community, because you can be gay, lesbian, or whatever and not be a part of the community. That's just a community where all of them come together. Whatever you are aligned with, if you're interested in God and spirituality, how do I come out? Come out. God judges you not. Remember, heaven is a come as you are party. Heaven is not a pretend you're this to come in. That's not what heaven is. If you're gay, don't pretend to be straight to try to go to heaven. Because I promise you, you won't be able to go to heaven. If you're gay and you try to be straight and go to heaven, God's going to say, move. If you're gay and you go to heaven as you are, God's going to say, yes, you're my child. Yes, come on. Don't fake the funk. All God says is show up. We didn't go live until April 1st because I didn't see the point of it. But then God one day woke up in me and said, go live for 7 days. God, I've never went live before. What are you talking about? Go live for 7 days. Just show up. So that's what I did. You can click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Blast Guidance to watch all 7 days, all 16 hours of that live, beautiful information. Channel. And we just went. And if you was to watch me, even in the first day, I was channeling, but you can tell I was like new at it. But it was so effortless. That's why people stayed, because they seen, a new light worker is on the block. And we just went along with it for 7 days. So, Kobe, what you just did is a master. What you just did, you said, how do I come out as being gay because I'm gay? You just came out. That's how you do it. You show up. And you show up in the face of all people. You don't care what they got to say because now it's about what you value. Kobe, it's about what do you value? Do you value the acceptance of humans or do you value the knowingness of source, the beyond, God, light? What do you value? Come out as you are, as you came out here today. However that may be in your life, you do that. I don't care if your family said, we'll disown you if you're gay. We'll diss if you're gay. Well, I don't care. God disowns me not. So if you have the audacity to disown me, you're not my family. Because that is not how family operates. I'll just focus on God. That's it. Because God throws a infinite eternal party, which is a come as you are party, and we call it heaven. Now, the other question, what happens if I'm gay? You're just gay. That's like me asking what happens if I'm black. I'm just black. What happens if I have locks? I just have locks. Don't allow your ego to make things that are simple over complexualized. No. This is what your soul says is right. Listen to that. All we would say is, if this is truly who you are, and this is not something that the world has taught you to be, then be that. Because we are impressionable as humans. Humans are impressionable. So if you have a lot of symbolism and stuff in our eyes, we may sway one way or another because we're impressionable. But if the world didn't teach me how to be gay, I've been like this. If you know that, that's who you are, and forget everybody else, because I'm on divine orchestration, not divine timing. I'm on divine orchestration. And light workers can be everywhere. Light workers can be in the CIA. Light workers can be in the government. Light workers can be in the LGBT plus community. Light workers can be in all religions. Light workers can be in all spirituality. Light workers can be in any race. Light workers can be everywhere because light workers are everywhere because God is everywhere. So that is your answer, Kobe. Be as you are. Be as you are. Yes, Kobe, we're your family now. If any other family disagrees with you, you're my family now. You're my brother, you're my sister. I stand on that. By my name, I affirm, if anybody has issues with Kobe, they have an issue with God. Because Kobe is aligning himself with that which is the truth. Simple. Problem solved, right? Simple. Now we can go on about our business and live our happy, everlasting life. This is what the meaning is, not just clothing. It is who you are and what you are, how you are. Exactly. The body is temporal and its issues are of temporary concern. The spirit is atemporal, or eternal. Exactly. Yes. Alrighty, y'all. Let's start up this prayer. On the count of 3, you know what we do before we start the prayer. Everybody, on the count of 3, you take one deep breath, you hold it, and you blow it out very hard. All right? 1, 2, 3. Everybody breathe in. Hold it. Blow out hard. Peace unto you all. My name is Nadiie Black. I am Sikh Sika, a medicine man in the tribe of Blackfoot, initiated in the astral realms, one of the youngest. We are grateful to be of service. Thank you for being here with us. It was of our own intention to be here with you as long as possible, to show you that God is always with you. As long as we've been next to each other, know God has been next to you longer and always will be next to you. Today, we begin our divine statements. A.K.A. Pistasuki, Ispamokanan, Nakai Tsitsinan, Nakeki Mutsitsinan, Nakokamotosanan, Nina, Nakista, Kitsika Komimu. Oh, Tokana na Pistatuki, Nakai Kaki Masanan, Ikanapi, Nistoapi, Akanistua. Very grateful for you, Source, to be in this remembrance role as us. For we understand we are one. We set aside the differences of man and spirit and come together as the rainbow, as a bridge connecting two halves into a whole, that we are one. We set aside the differences and hates of the religions, the wars. We today hold space for all that is experiencing war. We today hold space for those in Israel, those in Palestine, those in Haiti, those in the realms of the beyond, the galactic wars, the wars within the Arcturian system, the wars in the Pleiadian and Sirian system, the wars within ourselves we hold space for. For all wars that we see outside of ourselves are due to the conflict within us, the conflict of man not recognizing God is within. So today we recognize as man, God is within. Today we recognize as woman, God is within. Today we recognize past gender as a soul. Source knows, for I am as you are. We're very grateful to be here, holding space for all those that understand this love, this frequency, the power of love. We utilize that which is the Christ center, the Christ energy center, which is the throat chakra, as they say on earth. For the word is that which is the vocalization of the light. The word is aligned with what we can vocalize. Therefore, what you speak as it pertains to the light is that which is God's abundance and will. Source, we are extremely grateful for you to be in this presence with us as we step forth in this remembrance. And may all forms of people, thought, beings, present, not present, etheric, not etheric, angelic, not angelic, may they all see who we are through presence. May I be seen as the son of Source, and may all of us be seen as the sonship, the child of God, who thought themselves as children no longer, for we are one. By my name, by our name, we affirm this now and forever. Ashe. And so it is. Can I get an and so it is in the chat? May I please get a and so it is in the chat? I know some people love to drop in just for the prayer and they book and boogie. Like, yeah, you know, when Nadiie starts talking about the prayer, that's when I'm going to hop in. We love y'all just the same. May I please get an and so it is in the chat? Yes, 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 and so it is. Very, very beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How was today's service, everybody? Let me know how today's service was. How did y'all enjoy today's service? Palo Santo, or Santo. How did you enjoy today's service? I know it was a long one. Source said, try to make this your longest one. How did you enjoy today's service? Great. Thank you. Thank you. In a swim across the ocean, one must eventually abandon the flesh. How did you feel about today's service? Type in the chat how you felt about today's service. What did you like about today's service? Type it in the chat. What did you like about it? It was so refreshing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're so very grateful. What did you like about today's service? Beautiful. Oh, we're so very grateful. We try our absolute best. Outstanding, brother. Thank you. I'm just, living a life of service. You understand? Just prioritizing the light. That's why it really helps if y'all donate. That's why it really helps when y'all listen and share our music. That's why it really helps when you click the link in our bio, you donate, you click the link in our bio, you go to Nadiie Black's Guidance where you can watch all of these lives for free. Because I would just love to just sit here with y'all for hours and even further. I have a lot of plans where I want to, because I remember I still do physical gatherings. So it would be nice for you to see the physical gatherings. And I'll go live and all of us will be a part of the physical gathering so y'all can see literally the miracles and people's energy and stuff like that. But we got to make sure that everything is stabilized. We got to make sure that everybody are together, So click we got the man of the hour that joined. We're so grateful that you was able to join. You know how I'm talking about, Mr. Man. Thank you. Yes. So make sure you click the link in the bio. This will be posted in a few hours. It's a longer live, so it'll take a lot of time for it to process. But once it processes, I promise you by the end of the day or early tomorrow, it will be posted. And click the link in my bio, click Nadiie Black's Guidance. You can watch all of the lives for free. Make sure y'all watch the 7-day mastery course for the eclipse, because it wasn't just about the eclipse. Fun fact, we understand meeting people where they are. We said the eclipse and we mentioned what the eclipse was, but the thick of the teachings was how to integrate the light in preparation for something of that which is the eclipse. Peace unto you, God's will. I know you know who I was talking about. You know. Now, make sure y'all click the link in the bio. Click donate. Be as generous as you possibly can. Click the link in the bio. Click Naughty Black's music page and listen and stream and share the song called Puppets. That song literally is stopping the holy war. When you listen to the music, you will say, "Oh snaps! The music is actually good. He actually knows how to rap. He actually knows how to sing." We are standing in this light. Y'all know how we come. Y'all know our intention. So let's share it for the world. Alrighty? Make sure you click the link in the bio and join our mystery school. But before you join the mystery school, DM me if you're serious about the light, and I'll give you our free 3-day course. Because if you aren't willing to integrate at least 3 days with God, why are you trying to join a mystery school? DM me 33, and that lets me know you're interested about joining the mystery school. We'll email the 3-day course for you, and after you complete the 3-day course, you can come to me about any questions that you have. Don't come to me for any questions during the 3-day course, because you got to figure it out. But then after the 3-day course, you can come to me with some questions, and then we'll work with you. If you need a one-on-one session, click the link in the bio. You click book a session. I got some free, and I don't have a lot of sessions open. Not a lot of those sessions available because people are booking, but there are still some that's available. Book a session with me. I'm open for you. If you have just a question, and it doesn't necessarily mean you need a full session for it, I'll answer the question as deeply as I possibly can. I am notorious for sending breakup text length, detailed messages about questions. But depending on what the type of question you ask and the magnitude of it, you may need to book a session, because sometimes I have to show you with your own eyes certain techniques and things that you can do to assist you. So that's the mission, everybody. People talk about, well, how do we become spiritual? How do we do this mission? How do we do this? You support the Son of Source. This is not called the way for no reason. The way is not a singular linear way. It's multiple things. You can listen through teachings. You can listen by just donating. You can listen by booking sessions and sharing that information. You can listen by listening to music. You can listen by supporting other people like Yaki Awaken, Michael Murdad, Ryan Cropper. All of these beings have been very instrumental in my life as well, because masters respect masters. So it's not just about Nadiie, it's about sharing the light, period. You can showcase this light by connecting with people in the live, because we're all masters. We're all a spiritual family. So all the people that are still here that are serious, the mystery school, yes, you click the link in the bio, you click the mystery school. Yes, we charge for the mystery school, because we understand that the more finances we dump into this, the more finances, mental energy, physical energy, loving energy we dump into this, we can spread it out and make it for all peoples. Also, the mystery school is full of stuff that ain't for the public. So the public just can't have it. Mystery school ain't for stuff just for the public. But what you can do if you're serious is click the link in the bio, and you can join the mystery school for free, right? There's a free portion. You don't get to see the videos, but what you can see, you can see all the updates, and you'll be able to be a part. And all the people that join the mystery school, I have very special things waiting for you. We prefer that you choose the paid version so you can get all the information, the videos. You can watch it, you can sit with it, and you can train and study with them. But even if you just join the mystery school, click the link in the bio. It's called House of the Mystics and Wills. It's the mystery school. Even if you just join the free version, I can see, oh, these people are serious because they made the intention to actually join our group of light. When I see that, I have very special things for the people that join us very serious. I'll hold special live streams just for those people, where we're teaching and actually together in unison, similar to what we did through the 7-day live. Similar to what we did for the 7-day live, where we did collaboration work, is like that times 10. We got 9 leave. I can't see it. So in my bio, you'll see where it says book a session with me with the arrows. You just click that link. A link tree will pull up. The first one is book a session. The second one is the mystery school. The third one, maybe like Nadiie Black's Guidance. That's the YouTube page. The fourth one is like Nadiie Black's music page. That's where you can listen to the song Puppets and share it everywhere. You have the donation link. All your donations will be very, very grateful. I'm so generous for anybody that chooses to donate. We dump it in here. This is like, the offerings in the sacred Sunday services. With the next link, we have your social medias, and the links after that is Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. You can listen to our album Why We Fear, one of the most powerful albums you could listen to. Very, very powerful. Nadiie, if you still have any other issues with anything, just DM me and I will be able to support you. Now, what you must know is if you're really serious, like we gave y'all incentive, people that are actually serious about this light, that actually are wanting to come together and do what the 60s couldn't even do. The 60s, we were together in the 60s. But to even do more than that, we can do more than that. For Yeshua, A.K.A. Jesus himself said, you shall do what I do and more. We could do more than that. If you're really interested, DM me 33. And that lets me know you want the free 3-day course. If you DM me 33, you'll get the free 3-day course. I'll email it to you. Don't ask me questions about it during the 3-day course. You ask me after. And when you get the 3-day course, it doesn't mean that the moment you get it, it happens. You have to set an intention and say, okay, starting today, I'm moving on the 3-day course. When you set that intention, don't contact Nadiie, don't contact nobody. It's just you and God. And then after the 3 days, then, okay, you can speak with me. After you complete the 3 days, that's when it's okay for you to click the Mystery School. And then if you're on the free version of the Mystery School, then you can subscribe for the membership. I don't want your money if you aren't able to dedicate anything to God. If it was my will, I would have found a way for me to add a test before you can hit pay, because people can just pay to join the Mystery School. If it was my will, I would have like a system to where when you hit pay now to just try to join, to try to get the information, you have to fill out a test to see if you really completed the 3-day course. If it was my will, I'll do that. But I'm going to trust that y'all have spiritual integrity. So complete the 3-day course, then join the Mystery School. And if it really serves, you can donate, then you can join the membership. And then all the people that's in the Mystery School, I see who's all there. I can see who's all subscribed. Then I will hold particular things just for y'all, because y'all are serious. So because y'all are serious, God will take you even more serious. We'll start talking about specific techniques that I can't do on here because technology messes up. Just me mentioning my bloodline and where I come from and how I'm related to a very powerful master that is so revered on the planet. Just me saying that glitched the live. So I can't show, like, God was really, really a part of, and a lot of other beings was a part of the 7-day eclipse live that we did. So even though we were performing miracles on camera, there was a lot that was riding on these 7 days. But now that everything's stabilized, God is like, all right, listen, don't just throw out miracles and stuff to everybody just because they think it looks cool. Weed out the people that are actually serious. Grab them and say, listen, I want to give you all of me, give you everything that I know for you to share to your brothers and your sisters, for your, grandfathers and your mothers and your daughters. Share it to the people, share it to the elders, share it to the younglings. Don't ignore the elders and don't ignore the kids. Remember, if you can't explain the light in such a way that a baby will understand it, you couldn't do it. Don't be a light worker. You have to make sure everybody can get it, because God makes sense to everybody. God makes sense to children and adults and super elders. So make sure you make it make sense for everybody. That's y'all's initiative. That's y'all's homework. Let me know what it is. Make sure you heed the call. Peace.